Should probably turn mine on. Oh, your beard's gotten bigger.
Yeah, man. It almost goes over my nose now.
I can only see from your lip up.
Yeah,
The beard is there and the chin is there.
Mm-hmm. What were your pronouns there, TR, for Horatio?
He. Just he, him.
Good to know.
Did you have a Roll20 to capture rolls, or?
It would be the Tales from the Altsphere one.
Tales from the Altsphere. Do I still have that?
No, that's not it. That's Sid's Forms. That's the Giant Chameleon stat log. I've got so much shit right on here on my desk. That's an action.
No, I've not got a Tales of the Altsphere Roll20 game.
The Haunting of the House on the Hill.
Me neither, by the look of it. Unless, was it Alterra Alternate Resurrection Program?
No, that wasn't it. It must have just been a page in
Mad Catalyst?
In the main. No, I think it might have just been a page in the main Alterra chat. Darn.
Because Alternate Resurrection Program, that was your one, the epilogue one, wasn't it?
No.
No.
That sounds like Bob's.
That was Bob's one, yes.
Need that sweet, sweet monster manual right there. And the DMG for the traps.
Wait 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
What did we end up going for magic items?
Magic items. Oh, hang on. My mate. My mate's asking if it's too late for him to play.
He has a level 11 character spare, by all means. But I can obviously run it with 2. I wouldn't be running it if I couldn't. Where the hell are the traps? Explosives. Initiative variants.
And have you run a game?
Have I run one that we've played? Not one that all of us have played in, no.
I think I still have job interview up, so you could change the name of that if you want to something. If I can change the name of it. Yes, I can. What did you want to call this?
I have a name for it. Call
it the Altsphere.
No, it's just deserts.
Just deserts. Okay, guys. This is Ian. They are. Hello, Ian. Once your camera loads.
Yeah, once it's close to the board.
Yeah. Ian DMs on my Sunday game. Your camera, no, yeah. DMs on my Sunday game.
Yeah.
It's just a black screen, Ian.
Broadcast has been weird.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, sometimes NVIDIA broadcast just fucks up, so it's just like,
Mhm.
fuck it, just go with the webcam.
Cool. So this is James. He's going to be our DM tonight. And
Hi.
then we have Chris, also known as TR, playing as well.
Yep.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hello, hello.
I'll get your character and stuff when they turn up.
Yeah.
There.
I just got the message from Ben being like, can you make a level 11 character really quickly? I was like, sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a rogue. Got to be a rogue or a fighter.
Yeah.
They're the easiest to play.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we won't have a party of rogues.
Make a rogue, you're saying?
Do you want me to send you the link for the campaign, Ian, on Beyond?
Yes, please.
Cool. Just letting you know as well, we are streaming on Twitch in a minute as well.
That's cool. That's actually what I was trying to do, was set up a Twitch streaming thing, so. Right. Yeah, cool.
It actually works out quite well because the region you guys are going to, the former states of Salarin, actually had a lot of fire genasi and water and earth and air genasi in them, and dragonborn, because they all come from the elemental maelstrom.
Fair enough.
So it's actually quite good. Maybe you formerly lived in Salarin and are just going back to rob the place.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it's easy, I'm gonna go rogue.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I really want to see what a swashbuckler can do when it's not Cat that's playing.
Yeah. So Kat is one of the other people in the Sunday game.
It's her second character ever, and she went from druid to rogue, so she keeps playing that very, very nice rogue.
Yeah.
There are such a thing as a nice rogue. Of course there.
Yeah. We have a cleric, a rogue, and a wizard, and the rogue is the voice of reason.
That can happen.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, granted, the cleric is only 6 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dubious.
Well, he's mentally 6 years old, but physically about 18, 20.
Yeah.
He's mentally 6 years old is a worrying sentiment.
He,
Mentally, he's six. Sorry, it's
mentally
fine.
and chronologically 6 years old, but physically about 18 or 20.
So Arakokra.
No, asthma.
Right.
We flavoured it that he had accelerated growth because he's the son of a Valkyrie.
Yeah, essentially born to be a soldier.
Yeah.
So you don't get to be you don't get to be a child for long.
No. He's probably running around and talking at like 6 months. Probably the size of a toddler at 6 months.
Yeah.
Blown over me.
Anything sort of out of bounds, feats, multi-class, anything like that, or see when we
No,
get
I
to
wouldn't
it?
say so.
Bro.
No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so I'm gonna say nah.
Cool.
Mm. quickly open the stream just so it's in the background. I wonder if we've got any viewers in a minute.
Okay.
Not sure.
I've written skelebobs. Skeletons.
I mean,
Skelebox, I think, is good.
I usually write Skelly Boys, so.
Mm.
Did we settle on a Roll20 thing?
No, I should, shouldn't I? For dice roll.
Mhm.
Just use the shattered Altsphere or roll actual dice.
That's an Altsphere.
I'll send you the link to that as well, Ian.
Thank you.
Let me change my name while I'm there. Da-da.
Out there.
So just my wife running in and out of the background, grabbing a charger. Just going as close to the floor as she can.
What's the method for scores? Ability scores?
Any? Do you just want to do that in the background while I do the opening sort of thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Perfect. Do you have a race first and foremost for your character?
I'm going to be basic and just be human.
Perfect. Always good to have a human. They die second in every scenario. Doesn't matter what else is there. They always die second. We ready, Ben? Everyone good to go?
Yep.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Alterra. Ooh. As you can see, there's only a couple of us today because everyone else is busy or has families. Because families, you don't need those. You just need D&D, right? We're going to be playing yet another episode of Tales from the Altiverse. Today's session is called Just Deserts. Ooh. Going around, we'll introduce characters. We'll start with Ben there, please.
Cool. My name's Ben. Tonight I will be playing a Fire Genasi rogue who is very sneaky despite being on fire.
Perfect. And TR?
Hey, I'm TR. I will be playing Horatio Blackstar, son of the famous Blackstar. High Eldrin Winter Elf Sorcerer, and all in all, Git.
We may need to talk about royalties there. And Ian, a newcomer, for those of you who've watched the stream before.
Oh, you muted in.
Yeah, my bad.
It's a good start.
Really annoying when you can mute on here. I'm just going to be playing a human because I've made this character. It's still in progress, but he's going to be Virgil Slickfinger, the human swashbuckler rogue.
Virgil. Slickfinger. I like a swashbuckler. Probably my favorite rogue class because it's the best, quite frankly. So, the three of you have been together for a couple of weeks now. You've been traveling south from Aqaba, the city of heroes, in the main sort of sphere of influence in Alterra. and you're headed south towards Salarin to do a bit of tomb robbing. It's been a few years since the portals to the hellscape opened and spewed forth doppelgangers and goblins and orcs and all sorts of evil creatures that since Descent and the kaiju, let's not forget the flying kaiju, especially the one from Salarin, was spewed forth, and the people of the floating cities of Salarin had to essentially flee north into Aqaba, where they have since settled. But that plunder, those crashed cities, and all the loot left behind by the battle long ago, is still in that desert. So you three have sort of all banded together. You met in a tavern, as you're wont to do.
Mhm.
You've been on the road now a couple of weeks, and no one really prepared you for the heat. The desert is an unforgiving, cruel, cruel mistress. Except for everyone except Iggy. To be honest, Iggy, it's balmy for you. You've got your probably second button down, but for especially Horatio, it's warm. If I could get everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw, first roll of the game, against heat. So Iggy, you'd have advantage.
Cool.
Still in the midst of building my character, so I'm just going to roll.
Real die.
19 for me. For some reason, it came on my thing, so I'll just change that.
Not bad. 17, 19.
17 for me, and I'm still coming through as fuck you. I'll just need to quickly change that.
That's
15
fine.
for me.
And a 15? Yeah, so 15 was what you needed. It's really warm, but as adventurers and as decently powered adventurers with the Adventurers Guild in Aqaba, you're aware of what heat is and what it can do. You just stay hydrated as you head south. And over the past couple days, it's been a bit weird. Your magic has been sort of almost tingling at your fingertips. The ability to teleport between space, anything higher than a sort of misty step effect, has been a bit spotty, we'll say. A lingering effect from the portals opening when the hellscape opened and the demon lord known as Pride came through. But you've headed south, and in this time you have bonded, I guess, sharing stories and whatnot. It has been 2 weeks on the road, but supplies are beginning to run low, and you're a little on edge as you get ever closer to Salarin. Off in the distance, you do see an oasis, about a day away, you would say, based on your current trekking period, about 8-9 hours. But it is getting towards the evening time. Today, however, something's not quite right. There's a weird smell of ozone in the air. And you've heard near at hand, those the more perceptive of you, Iggy especially, you're constantly alert for danger, and you know what these deserts can hold. And you've heard just occasionally a sort of as if of some enormous bird flapping off in the distance, and you've done your best to keep the party stealth. As you make your way south, is there anything anyone wants to do to perform, any sort of rituals, any sort of spells you want to have cast upon yourself?
Spell-wise, there's nothing Iggy can do.
I have detect magic up, but that's about it. It's just a ritual casting, so it's not a constant thing. Just every new little bit of landscape, just to see if anything pops out of the desert. Just like somebody lost this pearl of power. Ding. Kind of thing.
And Virgil?
Nothing magic-wise useful for me, no.
Alrighty, just keeping alert for danger. Just very quickly, gonna roll thing. So, Horatio, towards the end of one of your sort of pings, you're on the back of a cart, of course. A couple of oxen are pulling it. There's food rations in the back as well, and you're trundling slowly along. As towards the end of one of your 10-minute castings, you do sort of feel like a bing of something sort of embedded in the desert, about about 30 feet away from the cart, off to your right-hand side, just faint as the cart sort of trundles past it, giving off a magical aura.
So lazily from the cart, I'm going to cast Mage Hand just to start picking it up.
Yep, it
Just
seems
like-
to grasp. Seems to grasp hold of something, but it seems to be stuck in the sand.
See, this is why Mum always said you have to invest in a better Mage Hand, like a Mage Fist.
Yeah.
Stop the cart. There's something.
I'm assuming Iggy's at the front because he can take the heat.
Mm.
So he pulls
I
on the
don't do
reins.
manual labour.
Yeah, he'll pull on the reins and like slow the cart down. What
Yeah,
what
and
are we
you're
stopping
easily able
for?
to disengage.
Over there.
What's over
What are we
there?
doing?
You see the Mage Hand just circling in the sand, giving you a big circle. Something magical, and I can't pick it up, so.
Oh.
Ch-ch-ch.
Okay. Yeah, Iggy will hop down from the cart then.
Thank you, Iggy. Love you.
Yeah, Virgil will probably go as well, just to be sure.
All right. So the two rogues are heading off towards where the Mage Hand and the Eladrin is just sort of sat on the cart. I'm guessing.
I'm lead. I'm like lounging back.
You're
Maybe
lounging.
cushions.
Okay. I'll take a perception check with disadvantage from you then, since you're lounging. You guys, is there anything? Are you approaching cautiously, or are you just sort of striding across the sands?
I mean, does Iggy's passive, like, can he see anything potentially harmful?
You do see nothing harmful, not right now. It's just all flat sand, except the gleaming of what looks to be some sort of buckle, maybe half buried in the sand, which the Mage Hand pulls up again, and you see there's like a bit of leather attached to it.
Like, try just like kick it with my foot. Try to dig out the sand around it.
Yeah, you dig out the sand, and you see it's a boot. The buckle is clearly from the front of the boot, and despite being buried in the sand, it's in really great condition. Your guess would be it's magical.
Is there a foot in the boot?
That is why the boot did not come up. It is attached to a person. Yes.
More importantly, is there a second boot? And does it match my outfit?
You dig around for
Yep.
a second boot, and you do find the other half of this person. Yes, they were fully buried, sort of upside down in the sand. It looks, however, that a good chunk of them is missing as you sort of clear off all the sand. Aside from the fact that they look to be completely desiccated, they are covered in these horrendous sort of burn marks. Not fire burn marks, but sort of this weird lightning almost effect, like a scorching up the side of their face.
Seems to have succumbed to a desert storm.
Or something in the desert gone.
Maybe.
Your perception check, TR, you don't hear anything yet. But you do manage to get the boots, and as you sort of yank it off, you do notice there's a weird sort of what looks to be something sort of off-white embedded in the wound, because this person has sort of been from shoulder down to waist. The entire left-hand arm has just been sort of ripped off, and there's something off-white that's just sort of embedded in the sort of shoulder joint that looks to have come loose and is just sort of hanging in there.
Iggy will just pull a dagger from his bandolier and like try to dig it out, essentially.
Yeah. You pull it out. It's about that length. It's maybe about the length of your middle finger there. Just seems to be like a shard, and as you sort of hold it up, it looks to be like a bit of a claw or a tooth, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not proficient in survival or nature, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Any
Well,
idea
you
what
don't
this
know.
is, Harry? Any idea what this is, Vic?
No idea.
Hmm.
Looks dangerous. Probably nasty.
Yeah,
Why
some
did that?
kind of animal, possibly. Let's see
Yeah.
if Posh Boy knows anything about it.
Yep. As you turn back towards the cart, holding the quite glamorous-looking boots, and Horatio, you sort of sit up and glance across, and you do see that they are your style, in fact. It's at that point you feel a sort of rumbling, and you wonder, oh no, I shouldn't have really had those dried eggs for breakfast. But the two of you who aren't on the cart, you watch as the entire cart seems to be sort of quivering from side to side, and you can see the ground beneath it is also moving from side to side, and the oxen are sort of looking around as if in a little, like they're hoofing, they're hoofing the ground in a little bit of an alarm and looking in your direction, Iggy, as their sort of master. As the sand just begins to sort of pick up a little bit, but with your 9, just Horatio, that was some bad eggs you had for breakfast.
You can see that I'd probably shout for Horatio to get off the cart. Something's happening.
Yeah, we've got a tremor situation going.
Yeah, something's coming. Something's here.
God's sake, I better have those boots. I'm just going to launch myself.
Roll an initiative check for me, please. Oh.
Turn off that. Oh, a hot 6.
A hot 6. You don't quite get off in time.
Oh, I think they actually roll initiative.
Yeah, as you see.
Jeez.
Let's see. Hold on, what's going on here?
24.18.
Yes, as you see a very, very large, sort of rotted thing, like almost like the bottom half of a jaw, open up around the cart and around the oxen in particular. And then as this jaw comes up, a huge claw comes out of the ground as well, and just sort of, and you can see the skin on it is dead, is sloughing off, is gone in places. But what scales do remain are this vivid sort of electric blue, and as this gigantic figure pulls itself out of the sand and clamps its jaws around the cart, I'm going to give you half cover from its attack, but it does have advantage because you were surprised. 19 plus 12, 31 to hit.
I'm going to say that hits.
Yeah.
Now.
A little bit.
All right. So, that's quite high. It's 25 piercing damage plus D10 lightning damage. Another 10. Doing quite well.
Jeez.
Another 10 lightning damage. So 35 points of damage. But you are not grappled. You're not swallowed. It just sort of clamps onto you just as you manage to hurl yourself sideways off the cart and land at the ground prone at the base of this creature, which is pulling itself up out of the sand. And you now see how large this thing truly is. It is a huge beast with these gigantic wings that just begin spreading out as it rises out of the sand. It is some kind of dragon, some kind of undead dragon. And as you glance down at this poor sap you just nicked the shoes off of, the lightning burn suddenly makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That is its surprise round. Virgil, I spelled your name wrong in my notes. Virgil, you see this large blue draconic undead creature loom out of the ground. The Ox look terrified. They are still attached to the cart, however, and one of your allies is at the base of this thing. It doesn't appear to have. Well, it's gone for the cart rather than two people on the sand.
Seeing that, try not to just shit bricks. difficult one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to let you know, I took a Magic Initiate Warlock.
Perfect. I like it.
It's
a good one.
First thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to yeah, we're going to cast Hex on this thing.
Nice.
You can do, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
To be honest, I was thinking about doing that as well.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast Hex on it, and then just going to double that up with an Eldritch Blast, just from it, because I'm guessing we're a fair distance away from this thing.
Yeah,
we're checking out the boots.
Yeah, the boots in the sand were about 30 foot away from the cart. It was off to one side, so you can back away and keep on firing if you wish.
Yeah,
or you can run in.
I don't want to get too close. Probably start pulling back a little bit, and yeah, just cast an Eldritch Blast at this thing.
Perfect.
So, yeah, so we get 17.
17. It just ricochets off its gigantic draconic skull, doing no damage.
Okay, yeah. Just pull back. I think that's me.
You're level 11. It's 3 blasts. You get 2 more blasts.
Oh shit, my bad. Let's go.
Of Eldritch. 2
Well,
more blasts.
that's a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Wee.
On the
Nice.
second one. So,
And the third. You can roll the damage for that first.
Nah, it's 13. So just.
Nah, that's gonna miss. Just the crit.
Just 1 crit.
Mm-hmm.
For 11 damage. And the Hex damage. Just next to 3 on that one.
The hex damage is also doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another d6 and 2 die 10. The damage has not come through for me, I'm afraid.
Is it not? Oh,
No.
sorry.
Okay.
I think it's because I've usually got it set up for DMing, so if a roll it doesn't go through, so they don't see.
Yeah, but just what did you roll? And we'll just use that unless you want to roll.
Yeah, it's probably isn't trying to fix it. Get my log back up. So the Eldritch damage was it was a 7 and a 4 for 11 on
11 plus 3, 14.
And it was a 3 and a 1, so an extra 4. So really crap rolls for the Hex damage.
It's there.
That's necrotic as well. If this thing's undead looking.
Is resistant to necrotic, so I'll just give it back to those.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably back up a little bit, keep my distance. Don't want to get too close to this thing, seeing as it was just erupted from the sand, taken out the cart, and then blasted.
Yeah, you can use your movement to back up another 30 feet, and you've got a cunning action as well. Remember, as a rogue.
I'll
back up. Hide.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to dive and hide.
There is a body right there, or there's big piles of sand dunes. Up to you. What do you want to do?
I'll go for the dunes. I'll go tactical behind the dunes.
Mm-hmm. Roll stealth for me, please. While we're doing that, it is the Dracolich's turn, and just being within range of this thing is
22 on stealth.
22 on stealth. Yeah, you slip completely out of sight. Only Iggy glancing back, you can see as it just sort of conceals himself underneath his elven cloak.
Reliable talent was brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not one for 22. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not one for a 22. It's always fun. It is the Dracolich's turn, and just being in its presence, it terrifies you. So I need wisdom saves from all 3 of you, please. Against fear, if that matters. I'm not sure if Fire Genasi or humans have that.
Not based, no.
No.
So Virgil and Iggy, you've just seen this thing appear and clamp jaws around Horatio. Meanwhile, Horatio, your mum taught you better. Don't be afraid of dragons. There's only so much dragons can do. It's people you've got to watch out for. So as you roll sort of out of bed lazily, glance up, where it's almost gone now. So the two of you are afraid of this creature. You are immune to the frightful presence, Horatio, for the next 24 hours. It's then going to chomp into the cart again because it hasn't sensed you leaving it. We'll see if it gets... if it destroys. It does not destroy the cart. It's going to claw the cart for a plus 12. Yeah, that's going to hit the cart. It rips the cart apart with one claw, and then it sees the oxen just begin to panic, and it's going to attack one of those. It's going to hit, I'll be honest. And unless it rolls really poorly... lightning, 14. Oh, plus 7, 21. Yeah, 23 points. The first oxen just gets shish kebabbed, and the Dracolich looks down at it and looks about to pop it in its mouth. That's one of the oxen gone. The other one bellows and begins to charge away. Didn't roll for the oxen. I'm going to say they go on initiative count 20. So now, the other ox begins to charge away, and the Dracolich is going to whip its tail out and try and hit it, I'm going to say.
Nice.
But, 15. Yeah, 15 hits it. For... That one goes flying, but it's not down. It goes flying about 20 feet away and lands prone in the ground. And the Dracolich looks across at it, and it senses dessert with its dinner. As we move to, I believe it was Iggy, who's next.
I think so, yeah. Okay then, in that case, because I am frightened, I'm not going to do what I originally planned. But so he essentially does the Wolverine and essentially does a Loki, and two blades appear in his hand.
Nice.
In each hand. You said it's about 35, 40 foot away, yeah?
It's a 30 to 35 feet away. If you want to be within 30, you can be. If you want to be within 35, you can be.
Well, I'm frightened, so I can't move any closer to him.
This is true.
Cool. So I am going to sling my first psychic blade at him.
All right.
That is... I said rolled some... Oh, that's a snake, that's fine. So it's a 23 to hit.
Yeah. It hits and it takes all that damage.
Yeah, that's 30 psychic.
Nice.
And then bonus action... Oh, wait, no, it wouldn't be sneak because I've not got an ally.
Disadvantage. Well, yes,
I'm
do.
there.
You have Horatio's right there.
Yes, Horatio's right there.
And,
sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But it's not a disadvantage because it's got a 60-foot range.
You're afraid.
You're afraid.
Fuck yes, I am afraid. Bollocks.
Thrown blind.
I'll say you could have steady aimed if you want. That's something you want to do.
No, it's fine. I'll roll another one to see if...
All right.
That's a 27. So
Yeah,
23
that's
would
even
hit.
higher.
So then, bonus action, sling the second one.
Okay.
And this is... Oh, shit, that should have been a disadvantage as well.
Mm-hmm. The second one, the first one sort of catches it in its wrist, and it sort of glances around at you, and as it turns its gigantic face towards you, you sort of throw this one wide, and sort of skid back almost.
Cool.
Movement.
Gonna try move behind like a sand dune, just to obscure myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
At the end of my turn, do I need to make another save?
Yeah, you get to make another turn at the end of your save.
Another turn at the end of my save, okay.
That's, yeah. Isn't that what it says? Yeah. You're not within sight of the thing, so you make it with advantage.
Make it with advantage. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have made an advantage as well then? Because I was hidden.
Didn't it go
Because it came up and then...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So Iggy, you sort of steal your resolve. You don't see this thing any longer. You just sort of take a second, and it can be hurt. You threw a sword at it, and it seemed to do full damage. Okay, you got this. Meanwhile, it's Horatio's turn, and you're just sort of lying there, spitting out sand. Your bed having just been destroyed by this thing, but it seems to be focusing on the oxen for now, or well, it's looking at where Iggy went now as well. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to be mumbling at it in Draconic, saying, "That was my favourite silk pillow, you bastard." And then I'm going to phase step 30 foot away where I can just hide.
Yep.
And can you make me a DC 16, I think it's charisma check to see if you're frightened?
Sure. It did seem to pick up what you said in Draconic. Wisdom save, plus a bunch. It's a dirty 20, I'm afraid.
And never mind, it's worth a shot.
That's okay. Frightened, did you say?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the as you fly away and you sort of glance back, you see this thing sort of seem nonplussed by the entire frightening thing. You reckon it's probably immune, being undead. I will say, as you sort of get out of dodge, you notice that it didn't seem to be like a usual dragon. It didn't seem to be like a usual Draco Lich either. Part of it seemed to be withered away, almost desiccated, as if there'd been all the moisture drained out of it. Its left claw looked to have had all the moisture just sort of drained out of it, as if it was susceptible, especially to a necrotizing effect, which as an undead is unusual, you realise. But that's that. That's your turn. At the end of...
Wait.
Oh?
That was only a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were hiding with your action.
Ooh. Oh, actually, not a bad idea. Yeah, I will dive behind something and hide then.
You Misty Steps 30 feet away?
Yeah.
There's the body. The body without shoes.
I hide the body.
Yeah, you sort of... and it sort of skitters its face, and it's like...
Stop looking at me.
You do notice as well that this one also seems similarly desiccated, but different. Obviously not its left-hand side. That's gone. Scorched as well with lightning. That's a turn. Roll a stealth check for me, and then a wisdom save. As at the end of your turn. Oh no. No. Don't restart now, laptop.
No.
Why do you always do this?
You need to update me, James. Update me.
Stealth? No, yeah. At the end of your turn, it's gonna fly half its speed, which is 40, so it's gonna get up towards the ox, which ran in that direction. So it's now heading south of you all, but only about 20 feet. You reckon with its tail it might be able to reach out towards you, but you seem to be behind it right now as Virgil. This thing has got its back to you, and it seems to be focusing on the large animals, the easier prey, easier pickings.
Still afraid of this thing though, so I can't get any closer.
Afraid so.
Yeah. Not much I can really do while I'm afraid of this thing, so without getting closer, I'll just stay where I am, cast Eldritch Blast again. Another 3 blasts.
Right, so yep, they are with disadvantage, I'm afraid, because you're afraid.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian, I forgot to mention you do have some magical items as well. You can have 2 magical items. You can either have 2 rare, or 1 rare, 2 uncommon, or taking each rarity and breaking it down into 2 of the previous one.
But we'll deal with that when we're not mid your turn.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Because I was just about like, I have no magical weapons. I am a basic bitch fighting a Draco bitch. Fuck.
So I forgot to mention that.
That's cool. I meant to ask. So that first one at disadvantage, you roll 2 12s for 19 to hit on the first.
19 does just hit.
Is that first one? So it's 7 on that one.
Plus hex.
Plus the hex. Yeah. So it's just 2 on the hex, so one extra necrotic on that one.
Yep, 8 points.
Next one at disadvantage. That's a 10, so that whiffs.
No.
And the third one, that one. I am shitting bricks and firing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not so great. But you do have a bonus action, so you can hide again or.
Yeah, I'm going to bonus action hide to try and get out of the line of sight of this thing and try to get my wits.
Yeah, so you can just sort of skitter around the edge of this sand dune and sort of. There is a bit of wood, sort of half embedded. It looks to be the old, the truck that belonged to the adventurer with the boots. So you just sort of maneuver in and sort of park yourself underneath there. Roll another stealth check. As it's the Dracon's turn, and it's just gonna eat.
That's another 22. I rolled another nat 1 for stealth.
Jeez, that's not so great. Good thing these boots are gonna help with that.
Yeah. Did I get a wisdom save?
At the end of your turn, yes.
Cool.
If you're not looking at it, it's with advantage since you're right.
Yeah, no. If I'm hiding by one thing, I'm gonna be trying to get my wits and just try and break this.
Yeah.
At advantage. Oh, neither are good. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
That's not so great. Yeah, you're still terrified.
Still shitting bricks.
Yeah.
Yep,
You're
cool.
you're just a human. Yeah. There's not much you can do in this scenario.
No.
So the dragon is going to bite the ox. It's going to eat the first ox and then claw into the other one. Absolutely hissing and chowing down. It's going to carry that one away, I think. It's going to turn back towards the party, move a little bit, and it sees you all, I'm afraid, with its passive perception. So I'm gonna roll a d6. 1, 2, it's Ben. 3, 4, it's TR. 5, 6, it's Ian. It's Iggy cops a claw attack. But for a 3, it's a 15, so it ain't gonna hit. As you just sort of maneuver one of your psychic blades. Don't know why I did that. Yeah, you better run. The dragon just staring down at you with blank, lifeless eyes. And now you see, in fact, with your passive perception, this thing looks half rotted away, but not in the normal way that zombies rot away. It looks like while it was alive, this thing had all the moisture drained out of it, and then it rose again in some other kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
But that is its turn. It is now yours. Oh, look at that. It's
Cool.
right there in front of you.
Right there in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm assuming that there's no one within 5 foot of it.
No, I'm afraid not. But you're not. Oh no, you're not a swashbuckler.
Nope, it's Ian. It's Virgil. That's a swashbuckler.
Yeah.
Yep. And if it's standing right in front of me, there's next to no way I'm going to be able to bonus action hide right in front of it.
You try.
We have faith in you.
You do the old switcheroo. If you're creative with it, I'll allow it.
How close is its face to me?
It just tried to claw you, so 8 to 10 feet up in the air.
8 to 10 feet. Cool.
Yeah.
Could I flavor it so that I grab a handful of sand, throw it into its eye, and use that to obscure its vision and hide?
I'll let that be part of the bonus action. Yeah, sure. I like that.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll do that then.
Or actually, that's your use object. Of course it is.
Fair enough. Cool. Yeah, so I'll do that and hide and stealth. 22.
Unfortunately, it just sort of seems to follow the sound of your footsteps.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No dice.
Fair enough. In that case, I'm gonna manifest a psychic blade in my hand and lob it at his face.
Go for it.
So that is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Mm-hmm.
And oh wait, no, that's a bonus attack die. I meant to roll the actual main die. So that's actually still 5.
Yeah, still
Okay,
5.
and then because
And then
because I manifested a psychic blade, I'm going to expend one of my psionic energy die, which is D10. Roll that, and I can teleport up to 70 feet away.
Okay.
Nice.
Very cool. Which direction do you go? Back towards the cart, or?
So, from just what I can see, I'm gonna essentially, I'm not gonna move the full 70.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna teleport about 20 foot to the left of me, or 20 foot closer to, let's say, towards Virgil, but not all the way to, so he doesn't like go for both of us at the same time.
Okay, triangulating with Virgil.
Yeah.
Perfect. You do that. Legendary action. It's gonna wing attack and head towards you again.
Fair enough.
You've attacked it multiple times and you've injured it quite severely. No one is within 10 feet of it. That just happens. As Horatio, it's your turn.
Oh.
It has flown off. Are you within 5 feet of it? No, it flew past. Yes, it's just your turn. It has an ox in one hand and it seems to be flying with the other claw towards Iggy. Iggy, who has your shoes.
So how trashed does the cart look? Like super trashed or?
Pretty trashed, yeah.
But trashed in a way where there's places to hide inside, or?
Oh yeah. It's bits of it have just rained down. Yeah.
Okay.
It was ripped in half, and half of it just got disintegrated and turned to splinters, and the other half just sort of fell on the ground. We'll say the back half. Yeah. There's one wheel left.
So Horatio's going to stand up, give you a big smile. You see like a little glint from one of his teeth, and I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb by shouting Fireball, but fire doesn't come out. It comes out as ice.
Okay.
But I'm going to twin it.
No.
So one hits, because it has to hit different creatures. So one hits the oxen, one goes for the dragon.
Okay.
There is a reason.
Right.
Oops.
Okay.
So that's...
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit to hit. That's the worst.
With advantage. It's with advantage to hit the ox. Because it's dead. That's going to hit the ox. And it freezes. Yeah, of course it does. It freezes solid.
Then the next shot will be at the Draco Lich, which I hope will roll better. Why do you keep doing that?
It freezes partially to the hand of the Draco Lich.
Oh, okay. No, 18, even annoying.
18. That's not going to do it, I'm afraid.
Nope. But I'm then going to use my Astral Shard because I've used a sorcery point. I can teleport, and I'm going to teleport and hide in the cart. Just like get to
Yes.
the cart and then fall down.
Perfect. You're behind full cover. Yeah, I like it.
It's worth a shot. I cannot
Run and
throw
hide. That is your turn. Final legendary action. It's going to tail attack Iggy, I'll say, because it's the only one within range. But misses, and that's its legendaries is Virgil. It's flown off after Iggy, and it looks to have had some sort of fight before you guys, because it's looking pretty wounded. It's flying sort of not straight.
Okay.
It looks like a couple of good hits might take this thing out.
Okay. Roughly, how far is it distance-wise?
30 feet.
Okay, cool. Still can't get close to it. Can't get close to it, so all I can do is just pelt it with more Eldritch Blasts and hope
All
it'll
right.
save. Still disadvantage on those, so...
Do you want to just roll all three of them, and then we'll do the damage?
I mean, if you're hidden, surely the first one should be flat.
Its passive is 22.
Mm.
Needs to roll above it.
Gotcha.
Literally, like, yeah, cool. First one was a 13 at disadvantage, so no.
Yep.
That's 16 at disadvantage. 16 hit? No.
No. 19 you need.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is going to do it.
Dirty 20 gets
With
it.
Hex.
Cool.
D10 and
With
a D6.
Hex. Cool. So the Eldritch Blast is an okay 7 with 3 necrotic on top for the Hex.
Okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad actually. At this point, it's looking pretty close.
Yeah. Again, I'm just gonna bonus action hide. Try to get out of line of sight and see if I can.
You dive over the sand dune onto the back, and you do notice. Aha! Look at that.
I rolled, but
it glances in your direction, sort of flapping its wings, and you can see you've torn right through one of the sort of hanging on shoulder joints, and it's sort of flapping quite lopsidedly. It's not enjoying itself, and it's seriously weighing up its options. It's the dragon's turn.
I get my wisdom save.
Yes, your wisdom save with advantage.
Yay, because I managed to hide. Right, that was a 2 and a 7, but I'm going to use lucky because if in doubt, you need a feat, take lucky. So
yes.
Yeah, let's reroll one. Reroll one of those.
Reroll.
So that's 19.
19 does it. You sort of you've seen this creature is looking really bad, and you think, okay, we've got this, and with that in your heart, you just sort of think, let's do it. You draw your swords or whatever it is you draw, as it is the dragon's turn, and it's weighing up its options here. On one hand, Iggy's right there. Glances back, sees the cart, sees a flurry of movement inside it. Floats around you, sort of strafes around you, Iggy. One foot sort of hits the ground, and it's clearly having trouble flapping in a particular direction. And it's going to line up with the cart. Doesn't see Virgil. It's going to line up with the cart, and you just hear this horrible sort of sucking sound, like a vacuum cleaner that's been left on and is vacuumed up a rabbit or something. As this massive smell of ozone emanates from it, and its lightning breath comes out, hitting yourself, Iggy, and the cart. The cart automatically fails. If I roll enough damage, the cart will be destroyed. We'll say you'll take half TR. So can I get a dex save from you to sort of dodge out of the way?
So it's not a I was hoping it would be like an actual attack so I could do something. Okay, yeah. Deck save.
Yeah, it's a deck
Ah,
save.
15's not bad.
Deck
15
save
isn't
for
bad.
Iggy as well, or
For Iggy as well, yes. Rogue.
16.
Is not so good, is it? Luckily, you're only going to take half of this. And it's tail. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, die 10. So you take 20. Is that average? That's below average. Yeah, you take 25, 26, 27, 28 points of lightning damage, Iggy.
Wow.
The cart is destroyed with that 57. And 28 you're also going to take, I'm afraid. Horatio, unless you absorb elements or something.
I do not have anything like that.
Yep. So 28 points apiece. And
Oh, hang on. Do I not have evasion as well?
yeah, but you failed. So that's why you're taking half.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. That's its action, and it looks very miffed that neither of the two of you are alive, even though the cart's destroyed. It looks down at the ox in its hand, and it's going to growl. So I'm going to see if its lightning breath comes back. Doesn't come back. It's going to flap away from you, Iggy, provoking an opportunity attack.
Cool. Yeah, let's attack it.
All right, yeah, because it's not feeling itself right here.
Mm-hmm.
Something's happened.
So that is a 27 to hit.
That's going to hit it.
Ignoring stealth because I'm assuming no one's in within.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 9 psychic.
9 psychic. Okay. Yeah, it's not out yet, I'm afraid. That's its turn. It's now your turn. Again, it flaps 20 feet away from you.
20 feet away. Okay.
20 feet away. Its flying speed is halved while its wings been ripped like that. Oh, sorry, that's its walking speed. Its fly is 80. Yeah, it flaps 40 feet away from you. My mistake.
40 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try this. So, going to run my. Actually, my walking speed is 40 foot as well. So I'm going to run along the sand.
Perfect.
As I'm running, instead of manifesting a psychic blade in my hand, I'm going to manifest a flame.
Oh, okay.
So as I get underneath it, I'm going to just like sling it up into its stomach.
You watch as you come closer with the flame, it seems to recoil away from it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a
Firebolt or?
no, produce flame.
Oh, just produce flame. Okay, yeah.
So it's a 22 to hit and 17 damage.
Hit. 17.
Nice.
You watch as the wrappings around its hand, and it's in particular its sort of withered left arm catch a light, and it does more damage than you were expecting. That doubled. 34.
Cool. He's going to swing around to the other two and go, burn it!
Yep. You're within 5 feet of it now.
Yep.
Legendary action. It's going to beat its wings. I need a dexterity save from you, please.
Dex save. 26.
26. Yeah. You're knocked prone, but it does fly half its movement speed, which is another 40 feet away from you. So it is now 80 feet from, so 90, 100 from Virgil, and 130 from Horatio.
I forgot to do my bonus as well.
Oh, yeah, bonus action. What do you want to do?
So Oh, bonus action. I can't use my. Actually, no, it'd be out of range of just a normal attack, wouldn't it? Because I didn't attack
No,
with my psychic blade, I can't use my bonus action psychic blade.
If you spend a destiny point, you can. But this is the start of the session.
Nah.
This is the first combat. All right.
Nearly dead.
How much do you want it dead?
Actually, no. What I'm going to do is no, I won't do that. I'll leave that for the time being. Yeah, I'll as a bonus action, I can regain one expended sonic die, but can't do it until. I thought that was a actual sonic like heal, because it's got a sonic recovery. But no, I'll leave that for the time being.
Perfect. That was its legendary to flap further away, and it's now Iggy. Iggy, you've got this thing on the run. Do you want to go after it, or do you want to retreat while you're still all three of you are still alive? Oh no, sorry, not Iggy. That was your turn. Horatio.
Okay, that's 140 foot away.
130 it was from you.
130. Okay, I'm going to stand up, walk 10 foot towards it. Okay, let's try this. I don't do this often. Okay, and I'll try a chaos bolt towards it.
Ooh, okay. Very good.
Nice.
Okay, so let's fire! Yay!
Oh. Didn't specify a level though, so it's lowest level.
That's okay.
Um,
It's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's still 2d8 plus 1d6 damage.
Yeah, so 15, 17.
17 points of fire, doubled is another 34. Yeah, it's ooh, let's see. Yeah, it's looking real bad. It's looking real bad at this point. Any bonus
Shouting,
actions?
fly away, you dry bastard! I'll get you.
Yeah, and it screeches in Draconic. Fuck you!
Fuck you too!
I mean the goblin. Virgil's turn. Unless you want to go after it, its initiative's going to end with you.
Yeah, I'd probably run after it because you said it was about 100 feet from me, so it's still in range.
Yeah.
And I was afraid of this thing, so yeah, vengeance.
Vengeance. Yeah, and it killed both your oxen and your cart.
On the cart. Yeah, I'm gonna have to walk.
Yeah. You're gonna have to walk to the Oasis.
Yeah. So I think I'll bonus action dash to run up to where Iggy is and just be throwing Eldritch Blast as I'm running.
What's your movement speed?
It's 30 normally.
30.
So just as close. Dash 60 feet towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, no more disadvantage on these rolls. So
yeah. 3 rolls.
First one's 13, so not good.
No.
26.
That's gonna hit. Third one.
Third one. So sorry, the first one was 5 damage from the Eldritch Blast
well.
with 5 from the Hicks. And so that one hits, you said, yeah, the 19.
Mm-hmm. No, 19 hits.
Cool, so that one's... It's just a 1 from the Eldritch Blast. But 3 necrotic from the Hex on that one.
Yeah, it's real bad, you guys.
Just shouting and swearing at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're 40 feet from it. You are 80 feet from it, and you're 120. Yeah, as it's gonna fly 40. It's going to dash another 40 for 80, and then I think that's it. Yeah, you watch as it just sort of dashes another 80 foot and then sort of swan dives into the sand and just you see a big gigantic plume of sand just out behind it as it begins to sort of snake through the sand and burrow away. As its turn, Iggy, you can still go after it if you want, but you don't know what's out there in the desert.
No, it's gotten away pretty sharpish.
Yeah.
But what Iggy will do is draw out his short sword, dig it into the sand, and then do like the tracking thing and try listen for the vibrations.
I like that.
Give you an idea of where it is as well for a certain amount of time. Was that Hunter's Mark?
With Hex, I'll just say it's moving in a straight line away from you. So if the oasis was towards the south, it is heading pretty much directly due west, out towards the coast. But the coast is a few days away still, a few weeks, in fact. It seems to just be getting as far away from you as it can.
Yeah.
And the vibrations steadily go and steady.
So he's doing the soccer boomerang into the tree, listening to it, sort of thing.
I like that.
Yeah, but if I can feel
But
the
yes, you have.
vibration of the hex, I'll just be like, listen that way if you can.
But it seems to be gone, pretty much.
If Iggy is like familiar with this area, would he have heard of like anything like that before in hiding out in the desert?
So roll a what would this be? Nature, it would be a survival check, wouldn't it?
Survival.
Yeah.
Not history, no. To be honest, it's the same mod for them anyway.
Yeah, it would be history.
History. Just a straight history, yeah.
Straight history. Unless you have some reason you have advantage. 11. You are aware that dragons, when they die, can become Draco Liches. That's if they are both powerful and have sort of unfinished business kind of thing. Based on what you could see from, like, normally they're not vulnerable to fire like that. Something clearly happened to it, maybe like a curse or something, or with that 11, some sort of magic causing it to. I mean, you've seen your own teleportation magic has been a bit squiffy while you've been in the desert. So there's obviously some sort of differential in magical law going on here. So could have just been that. Maybe you all are vulnerable to fire or ice or something. But you just didn't. You don't know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Also,
but you do know of Draco Liches and. Yeah.
So I'd relay that to the other two. Also, mechanics-wise, I have to hold my hands up and apologise. Apparently, my psychic teleportation is a bonus action. I didn't realise that.
Fine. We're all learning new stuff right now, and it was pretty cool. We'll let it happen.
Really cool.
Yeah, real cool. This is hard and fast, hard and loose rules. This is an Altsphere. You don't know. Here it's a free action the first time. But yeah, you sort of reconvene at the cart, and Iggy and Virgil, you see Horatio's just sort of there. Horatio, it takes them a few minutes to get back to you. Anything you'd be doing? Just sort of gathering up leftover bits from the cart, or okay, healing's another one.
Give myself a little bit of healing because I got absolutely trashed. And by the time they get closer to the cart, I'm back laying on whatever back boxes are there with a pillow.
Yeah,
like slightly singed. Like, and where were you two?
We were fighting the thing. I see that you.
Give me the boots.
What's the magic word?
Gimme.
Remember we
Please.
spoiled you, didn't she?
Please.
Iggy's just going to face farm and just toss in the boots. Yes,
yeah, they're pretty cool boots.
We were out there actually fighting this thing, where were you?
I gesture to my burnt self. Obviously
fair,
fighting harder.
Yeah, you did see a big warbling mass of chaotic fire fly over your heads and strike this thing in the arse.
So you attacked it once, okay.
No. I attacked it many times, but sometimes my attacks are too quick and they don't take as much damage as you imagine.
Uh-huh.
Like sometimes, if you stab somebody slowly, it hurts more. If you do it really quick, they don't notice. Like in a couple of days' time, that dragon will go, shit, and one of his wings will fall off.
I mean, fine long term. In the short term, not so helpful.
Who deals with short-term problems?
I always do.
That's why you have servants.
I don't have servants. I have noticed a lot of your servants were Genasi.
Who doesn't want a servant that's also a nightlight?
Iggy just ignore.
No.
Iggy will sigh, start ignoring him, and just start going through stuff to see what he can salvage.
Yeah, it will take you a little while. The dragon pretty much ripped the cart in half. You can collect your bags and grab any salvage you want, but by the time you sort of gather everything up, dusk will have set in, and you do know that the dunes are not the most pleasant place in the night to be trekking through, because there is stuff like quicksand and creatures actually lurking in the sands as well as the dragon. And jackals are known to sort of move around gnoll bands and orc bands, sort of patrol the desert.
Speaking of which,
nocturnal.
Virgil,
Yep.
Virgil, there's an oxen over there that's been singed. Do you want to try and get some food from it? You're quite good with a knife.
It doesn't sound too bad. Yeah. Need to root around in the destroyed cart for some of my things back. That was a bit short notice, but yeah. I'll go up and see if I can carve a good leg off the ox that was left.
There is
Thank you,
only a leg
Virgil.
left.
Just looks at Iggy.
I'm afraid there is only a leg left. The dragon ate one of them whole, and a leg got sort of mangled and fell to the ground. It's covered in sand.
So Jurassic Park T-Rex with the goat.
Essentially, the other one got frozen. The other one got frozen to its claw.
Still, a leg of an oxen is pretty big, so
Well, we'll say there's also an oxen hornsicle as well lying about somewhere if you want to go scout for that in the desert as well. But yeah, there's a large leg. Yeah, it's about the size of a halfling. That can absolutely be had for rations tonight, which you are running low on actually, which is a good thing. You're getting towards that oasis. But you're able to sort of carve off the worst of it. It is lightning burned, and the area around the wound where it was sort of ripped off looks necrotized. And as you bring it back to camp, the rest of you see it looked like the dragon's hand, the dragon's claw. It's almost like the moisture was drained out of it, which is weird. Dragons
it's jerky.
Don't generally.
The top is jerky then.
Yeah,
like
top is
fresh
a bit jerkied.
Jerky.
More
a
like
nice sweet spot in the middle.
Yeah. I would say try and carve that off. I don't think we should probably eat that.
I think anything that looks like that dragon's probably not worth eating.
No.
Yeah.
Roll a survival check for me there, just to see how much of the jerkied bit you get off.
5.
5.
Survival's not my strong suit.
I'll give you this. You can either get it all off, plus a lot of the meat as well, meaning there will be a good chunk of the meat still attached to it, or you can leave some of it on the ox and possibly ingest whatever it was. Do you want to err on the side of caution, or do you want to play it fast and loose?
Fast and loose.
All right, yeah. There's a
let's
good
take a
chunk
little
of
bit.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of the necrotized tissue still attached to the leg, which who's eating that? That's what I want to know. But yes, you're able to camp for the night. Watches are set up. Who would like to go first, or indeed, if you want to take watches at all? I seem to remember the last time this group took watches. I got the blame for being out
You
of camp.
buggered off.
Yeah, one of us walked off and the others got attacked.
Attacked by dogs.
Giant rats.
Giant rat dogs.
Horatio is
Any
just going to go to
particular
sleep.
Um,
See you in the
in-
morning.
In that case,
Elves don't sleep.
yeah.
Is this an
I
elf
have
that
4
actually
hours
sleeps?
of nap.
Okay, I was wondering if you actually slept rather than trancing.
I mean, in better circumstances, yes.
Horatio. Horatio's human, yeah.
Eladrin.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Virgil's human.
Virgil's human.
Yeah. It's
So you,
no night vision.
no. I'm
Yeah,
assuming you
if
didn't
it's-
pick up a pair of like night goggles of night or anything, no.
No, had I thought about that, no. I do have a flying Tom rapier, as long as that's okay.
Yeah, of course it is. You can use that as a torch.
Yeah.
And yeah, Iggy, your hair burns if you have hair. Your skin burns
Yeah,
in that sort of dim.
Essentially, his hair is just like a low burning fire.
Like Hades from Hercules.
Yeah, but
That's how all fire genasi are, and I will hear no more words about it, Chris.
I mean,
I agree.
yeah.
Mm.
Water genasi, their hair is somehow made out of water.
Or is very made of seaweed. So, with is it just going to be Iggy then, Virgil and Horatio then, or
Well,
a double fit?
Horatio will only need the 4 hours, so
Yeah.
In the middle, I will wake up and then help with the third watch.
All right, perfect.
But I am
so
going to sleep.
So Iggy, if you could roll me a perception check, actually, roll to see who's it would affect.
I mean, I'll take the second watch because if Virgil's on the first watch, it'll still be fairly light or kind of light.
Yeah, that's fair.
Iggy's got dark vision, so he's not fast.
Yeah, and I'll spark up the flame tongue when it starts to get too dark to actually see, just to have some semblance of light.
If we had built a fire,
if
we'd built a fire, Iggy would just produce flame into the pit of campfire, whatever it is.
Cool. So roll a perception check, please, to start with Virgil.
So 19.
19. Nothing untoward happens in your shift, but you do feel it's a different sort of rumbling than when the dragon came and when the earth sort of tremored for you guys. And it's coming in the direction of the southern the oasis. Almost like a grinding or a clanking of machinery, maybe.
So
And then,
not like a constant rumble, kind of like a.
It's as if of someone mining, and then just sort of TNT explosions, maybe. But you can't be certain. Or maybe it's just rockfall. And then, before you know it, you find yourself sort of doing that thing where you're sort of half asleep and you sit up and you think maybe it was all in my head, because you don't hear it now as you sort of stare off into the distance. It is
playing tricks.
Yeah, desert playing tricks on you. You don't know for sure. Maybe it was just that bad meat you ate. Speaking of which, can I get a Constitution save?
That is an 18.
An 18. You hear a deep, growling, sort of grumbling. Oh no, that's from you. You kick you kick Iggy awake, and then you yourself toddle off behind to a nearby dune, lighting the way with your torch. And Iggy, you see him go, and you hear this sort of gurgling as you take up your watch.
Cool. Yeah.
Perception check, please.
Perception.
Whatever you do, don't go over that dune.
20.
2. With yourself, you don't hear any sort of grumbling or growling.
Just a
And
now then.
that's at the start of your shift. It's around about midnight that you swear you can feel on the wind a weird sort of chanting. You swear you can hear a deep sort of it's not in a language you understand.
No.
No. Well, what languages do you understand?
Celestial, Common, Primordial.
No. That's quite lucky. Even then, I would have changed the language. Yeah. No, it's definitely not a language you understand. Maybe if you saw it written down, but it feels oddly familiar. There are definitely elements of Primordial in there, and elements of Celestial, but there are other elements that you can't quite pick up on. It's like the Yuan Ti language is a mixture of Draconic and Abyssal, and whatever the third one is, I forget what it is, but Common, maybe? Undercommon? It's definitely like it's a mixture of ancient languages. Abyssal, maybe Celestial, bit of Undercommon, bit of Primordial, maybe. It's like it's all the ancient languages, all 4 of the ancient languages of the gods and monsters. And it does seem to be coming from the south, which is interesting.
Was that the direction we were heading anyway, or?
That was the direction you were heading in. It's almost a sort of chanting. You've been privy to rituals before, because the Salarin government were pretty weird about that kind of stuff. They all obeyed, Ogremock and King Evil, that sort of. They were all about bringing about the apocalypse. So it's weird to you. You can hear this sort of chanting. You don't like it. It makes you feel ill at ease. But aside from that, your shift passes without further badness. Horatio, you come out your trance?
Yeah.
Unless you want to do anything.
Iggy will go over to Horatio. See him, like, essentially, I'm assuming in, like, the lotus position, or lying down, or something like that.
Just, like, lying down, silk pajamas.
Cool.
Stretched out.
2 seconds, let me see what I've got in my inventory to mess with him.
Earplugs, all embroidered. One of those hats. One of those Scrooge hats.
Oh no, it's a cap that's got silk on the inside, because you don't want your hair getting frizzy overnight.
Of course.
I'm gonna reach into my bag of holding, pull out my ball bearings. Just fish out 2 ball bearings, put the bag back into the bag, and just slowly push the 2 ball bearings into Horatio's nose.
As an elf, you are aware of this. In your trance, you're fully aware of your surroundings.
How are you leaning over me as you do this?
Stealthily.
One foot either side, and just like...
Yeah.
Well, in that case, the leg comes straight up.
This is not uncommon.
Morning.
I mean, I'm sure one day I will fall for this, but today is not that day.
I'll get you sooner or later.
sooner or later. So give me a minute just to wake up, and as I go through some like overly ambitious stretches and lunges, just going to be ritually casting detect magic to see anything around, but also doing some really aggressive deep lunges near Iggy where he's sleeping. Just real dipping low, real too close.
No magic is detected in the vicinity aside for what you carried with you, and also the boots that you've not identified yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see what kind of magic the boots are?
Ooh, let me just check. I think it's abjuration. Just check very quickly.
If they're boots of Elvenkind, I think so. Yeah.
I'm not finding it. It's some kind of magical boot. I'll say abjuration.
Well then, as I get dressed, I'm putting the boots on.
Perfect.
I mean,
I am not smart.
They don't curse you at all. They don't curse you at all.
I mean, if he's a Ladrin and they are some kind of elvish boots, he might recognise some elvish elements of them.
An Arcana or a history kind of check?
You'd need to cast Identify in order to get them to him.
Ian, your camera's gone funky.
Yeah. Try to get back.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, it's not the first time Horatio's been cursed, so boots go on, and I'm just like walking around, like trying to stretch them out, make the feet feel better.
Yeah, and after an hour, they seem to form fit pretty much to your feet. They're pretty nice.
Mm.
Yeah. Roll a perception check. If you're keeping watch, you can just wander around.
Oh no, there will still be a watch being taken. Oh, 23.
23, nice. So with your elf eyes and with your perception and with the detect magic, you do sense off in the distance the chanting that Iggy mentioned. You don't hear that, but you do feel a really weird sort of smell on the wind, again coming up from the south. It smells a lot like the dragon did. That sort of scent of undeath, that sort of scent of darkness, but different. There's a weird sort of, and only you would pick up on this. There's a weird sort of almost arcanic, and there's no taste to Arcanite. But you've licked your fair share of Arcanite, and you're convinced there's a taste to Arcanite, just as I am convinced that there is a taste to Arcanite, even though it's canonically not a thing.
Everybody snorted a line at the kind of prep schools that Horatio goes to.
I mean, red Arcanite is canonically spicy, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know what Chris means when he says there's no smell to it.
Also, letting you know, Ian, in the Alterverse, there are magical crystals that imbue, like, so like red Arcanite empowers.
I think he told me about this before, roughly. Like,
yeah.
So the different colors have different effects.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, you sense a sort of a tang of black Arcanite coming from the south. Which is very weird. Very weird indeed. And that sort of tang of the kind of crystal, what would it be? The spatial crystal. It's either purple or violet, I think. I think it's purple, the one that's used for void. Violet?
Violet is teleportation. No, wait.
Yes. So there's whichever one that is. Yeah. There's a tang of black and there's a tang of violet coming from the south. Okay.
You would have thought Chris would.
During your watch.
Yeah, you would have thought Chris would make it easier between violet and purple to tell which is the difference.
Yeah. But that's the torture of genius there for you.
I mean,
Chrono
space and time are close, so yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's purple then.
Yeah.
It's purple. Purple and black.
Purple is
what you're
void.
picking up on. Yeah. Purple and black. That's what you're picking up on. But it's far away. It's sort of only distant on the winds reaching you with that massive perception check. Aside from that, nothing attacks you in the night. You keep the light dimmed. Anyone who starts snoring, you just sort of boot them in the chops gently. And you wake up the following morning. A little stiff
before people wake up in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yes, there you go.
Revenge.
Rest of the party members.
I have a disguise kit. So I think Iggy's going to wake up with a lovely mustache.
Iggy is also very perceptive, even when he's asleep.
All right, roll a stealth check for me then, TR.
I'm willing to try.
Iggy
It's a
Shit.
no.
Iggy is a light sleeper.
Yeah. So you needed to beat 20, and you didn't.
Nope.
So Iggy, you feel in your sleep, your dream morphs into Horatio doing what Horatio always does and drawing on you while you're asleep, and you're just able to bat.
Oh, no, not drawing. Like it's a full fake ass mustache. I'm like leaning over his head to try and put
drawing, like painting the glue onto your upper lip. Yeah.
Essentially, Iggy, with his eyes closed, is just going to grab hold of his wrist. Be like,
okay.
Please, no, not this early in the morning. Thank you.
And so the game continues, Iggy.
I'll just wipe off.
I love it.
Until next time.
There's a little bit of sand. There's a little bit of sand stuck to your face, but terrible.
Oh, gives an idea for next time. Sand glue.
They glued a guy's face to the floor. Anyway, yes, you all wake up, you all come to, you all have breakfast, leftover ox. Leftover necrotized ox. And you continue on your way, but it's obviously much harder going without the oxen and without the cart. So I'm going to need another Constitution saving throw, please, as the heat is also oppressive again today. And it'll be, again, with advantage from Iggy.
8.
I'll take the 19.
Actually, I think I'll use a luck of the day.
All right.
Because I don't want that. So. 10.
Nope, you're still dug.
Yeah.
10.
Don't do heat.
10 was the DC yesterday, so it'll be 11 today. Unfortunately, you don't make it, so you have a 1 level of exhaustion, I'm afraid. So disadvantage on ability checks, which, as a rogue, it could be worse, quite honest. Because you're reliable, talented stuff, you automatically roll 22 anyway.
That's stuff that you've got proficiency in,
yeah, and you all see Horatio wearing these boots. They're pretty snazzy.
I catch you looking and then I go, I give you a performance with them, like, yes. Nice boots, right?
Yes, dancing on the spot. And as you dance on the spot, you feel a sort of queasiness build up within you, and you can choose to release it upon yourself or upon either of your party members.
I think, unfortunately, it'll be on Virgil because he's not going to move out of the way quick enough. And I figure, like, burning sick has got to smell worse, so Iggy would just be the worst idea for the smell. So, unfortunately, on Virgil's trousers.
All right, yeah. No, you sort of feel something build up within you from the boots as you dance, and you release it as you stop dancing, and Virgil, it passes out to you, and you feel yourself begin to dance in a very, very, very similar manner to how
Quite exhausted.
Horatio was just dancing.
Oh, yes,
Sort of
Virgil, yes.
tired,
Get in the mood.
tired dad dancing, just sort of. Yeah, I've just come from a 12-hour shift, but yeah, partying. Oh, I could use a line. Oh god. And you stay dancing there, and you stay dancing there, and you stay dancing there, and you stay dancing there.
Please make this stop.
Pick up the spell. Yeah, doing these.
I think there is a save. If it's, yeah.
Horatio is doing the running man right next to you, so you're not feeling alone dancing. Like, let's do this.
Start doing the Macarena.
Yeah, kind of.
Come on, Iggy, join in. This is fun.
Uncle line.
Iggy just slowly turns around and looking back at you and like, why?
It lasts for 1 minute.
Hey, Macarena.
It lasts for 1 minute or until you make a wisdom save.
We're in the middle of a desert. Why are you dancing?
Oh, look at him. He looks a bit peaky. He needs some joy in his life.
Good for the heat.
Yeah, humans don't do well in, places.
Exhausted dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Power
it.
through. Power through.
Yeah. After a minute, the spell does end, and you just sort of. You can choose to make the whiz save. You will make the whiz save eventually, but after a minute, it does stop. And you
He's
kind of
too
feel
exhausted
like
to
that's
try.
yeah. That's what these boots seem to do. Seem to cause people to dance.
Looks.
I look
Look at
anything
him.
but happy.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Horatio doesn't care. Look how happy he is.
We're in the middle of a desert. Water is scarce. You already look knackered. Don't dance in the middle of the desert.
Hey, I look immaculate. And I'm just going to walk off.
Yep.
As he walks off, a ball
have...
of fire just appears in Iggy's hand. It'd be so easy. No one would know.
No one would know.
I wouldn't stop you.
Know?
I wouldn't stop you.
They would know. So you only have 2 charges left of those TR today. You've used 1 charge. And you head off south towards the oasis. And after a short time, you do need to rest eventually. It would be 8 hours. So it would be late in the day, around about 3, 4 in the afternoon, before you eventually get there. Virgil, exhausted, you just sort of sit by the quite gleaming, very crystal clear blue pool, this oasis in the desert, and it's really nice.
While we were on the way to the oasis, roughly about every hour, Iggy would have done the sword in the sand trick, just to like, keep an eye, make sure this sand dragon isn't following us somehow.
Yeah, and that is the reason why you make it there on time. As you get closer to the oasis, it starts to thrum ever so slightly, but not picking up beyond a short thing. And then as you get closer, it gets a little more, but not a great deal. And it's coming from the direction of the oasis.
Mm-hmm.
Like a weird sort of thrumming.
So is that with the perception, yeah?
That is with the perception, yeah. I'll say.
Iggy will relay that, say there might be people at the oasis. It could be like a little market or something there. Sounds like there is a bit of commotion.
We'll just be like, I knew I heard something. It wasn't just the desert playing tricks.
Oh, so you heard the chanting as well then?
I didn't hear chanting, no.
Hmm.
I heard sounded like machinery.
Just on the way, Horatio is still Macaronian. Macarena. It's fun, come on, join. You look so happy.
Again, as you walk past, just flame in hand.
You get towards the oasis, and you can see, as you get closer, those of you with higher passives, there looks to be the remnants of some sort of camp, sort of set up. There's a hammock slung between two trees. There's a few tents makeshift. There's the remnants of a campfire that has since been put out. It's not smoking, so it means it's more than a couple of hours old. And you can see there look to be sort of downed tools. There's like a cartload of tools parked in the shade nearby, and what looks to be a sort of stone, not a temple, but like a building has been sort of, the sand has been carved away from it, and there's a torch sconce on the wall beside it with an unlit torch within it, and you can see that someone has clearly gone to a lot of effort to carve, because there are wheelbarrows, there's mounds of sand nearby. It looks like there's been an excavation going on to unearth this building that's in the sand here. And yeah, you're able to rest here if you wish, or to head underground. As you stick your sword in the ground again and do that sort of thing, it is much more pronounced now, and it seems to be coming from the direction of that. There is no other word for it. It could very well be some kind of tomb. There might be people here already that are robbing the place. You don't, as you listen in, you don't hear any sort of digging happening right now, as Virgil sort of made mention of. You don't hear the chanting that you heard last night, but there's something here. There's something down there.
Before we go in, should we just fill up the water from the oasis?
I was gonna suggest that.
Yeah, Virgil
Virgil
will probably just face plant into any water.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was gonna have a look just to see if it was like just clear water, or if there was anything.
It is.
Yeah,
Crystal clear, super clear, the freshest tasting that you can imagine.
I'd fill up my water skin.
I fill up my water skin, but more importantly, I pick up some water, I freeze it in my hand using shape water, and then take out a martini shaker, put it inside, pour in, and pull out a martini glass from somewhere. I just drink it. Finally.
Perfect.
Would anybody like a martini?
I'm assuming Virgil would. Release some of the ice.
Yeah, like, Virgil's just like collapsed in the water and just gulping at it. As soon as mention a martini, just like, yeah, please.
Here you are, and just sprinkle around him with ice so the water cools around him, like an ice bath. To refresh yourself.
Nice. It is super refreshing. Those of you who drink, you can't seem to stop drinking. It's so delicious. You keep on drinking, and you can't seem to stop drinking.
Do you mean the martini?
And the martini, the water in general, you can't seem to stop. And then that's when you notice you're drinking, and you've been sat there drinking now for about 20 minutes, just slurping water the entire time. And Iggy, you're fire genasi, you can cope with the heat. Did you immediately have a drink, or did you just...
He would have filled up his water skin, wouldn't have taken a drink straight away.
Yeah, I heard you mention that you filled your water skin, but you didn't have a drink. The two of you who did have a drink, they've been pretty much solidly guzzling this stuff down for a good 10, 15 minutes now. And they seem unable to stop of their own volition. And then that's when the two of you notice it's starting to taste a bit funny. Not funny like, I don't know, Lee Mack funny. Funny in the Adam Sandler way funny. In that it's not funny at all. Not very funny at all. And it's actually kind of staticky, and it's, you're having trouble feeling your jaw. And then that's when you sort of begin to feel your jaw, and you feel your jaw just sort of distend, and holy shit, you're tripping balls. This is weird.
Cactus juice,
this
it'll
is
quench
weird. It's the quenchiest. Eddie, you're just watching these two look at their hands and touch their chins, and you're just sort of stood there. No,
Yeah,
don't know
he's
what's
just,
happening with them.
he's like, I know, like, humans and elves, they need a lot of water, but drinking for 20 minutes and then just... Is the water cursed?
At this point, I'm going to be using shape water to Bellagio fountain style, just up in the air.
You think you do, but Iggy, what you see is Horatio doing this. Dun, 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 and is dancing the Macarena on the spot, just as they were earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Seems very little change for Horatio, to be honest. Virgil's just sat there looking all around and just sort of seems to be gripping a tree and gripping the ground, trying not to fall over, while Horatio's just sort of dancing, and they've already fashioned it. And Horatio, in your mind, you fashioned a headdress out of fruit and a palm leaf skirt, and you're just sort of dancing around. Meanwhile, that's not what you see at all. There's out of tune singing going on. There is just.
At this point, Iggy's like, I think they've had too much sun today.
Yeah.
Virgil's going to turn around and look at you, Iggy, and just be like, "Man, you're on fire.
Yes, yes, I am.
You're on fire.
Yes, this is my normal state."
Yes, Iggy, is there anything you want to do to try and snap your colleagues out of this?
Essentially, Iggy, you said there was like a passage underground, yeah?
There is a passage underground. There is a couple of carts. One is covered. One you can see is full of tools. There are a couple of tents nearby and a hammock and other such things.
Is there like a wheelbarrow or something like that?
There is a wheelbarrow, yes. There are
Cool.
2 wheelbarrows, in fact.
Iggy's going to go over, empty out whatever was in the wheelbarrow.
Sand.
Sand. Essentially, go over, grab Virgil by the scruff of the neck, pull him out of the water and drag him into the wheelbarrow, and then just slowly push Horatio over to it and make him fall into it as well, and then just like drag it into the underground passage.
Are we both facing upwards or downwards?
Whichever way you fall in.
Can we both be facing upwards?
Sure.
Okay, then I'm going to turn around and whisper very loudly to Virgil, "I'm the little spoon."
Iggy, Horatio shouts, "I'm the little spoon!" As you begin to push
Virgil's just going to
underground,
like hug him from behind. Just like,
push underground,
and collapse on his shoulder.
you think that if they're as loud as this going in there and there are any people down there or any traps, don't know how long you might last.
Yeah. He's just going to turn around and be like, "Guys, inside voices.
It's on fire."
Really loudly.
Shush! Now you're underground. It's shush.
Mm-hmm.
But it's oddly muffled as well. Echoing around here, but oddly muffled.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look to see if there's anything in my inventory that I could use to potentially snap them out of it.
I'm going to do a little dance and then push that dance towards Iggy so he can dance for us.
Iggy, you start. Yeah, no, there's enemies that you can use this on, but of course use it on your party. Iggy, you start shuffling capering on the spot. You can make a wisdom save at the end of each turn. The DC is 15, by the way, because it's from a magic item.
I Macarena aggressively at you from the wheelbarrow.
16.
Yeah. So immediately,
Right.
Iggy starts dancing, and then about 6 seconds later, puts hands on hips, turns towards you, Horatio. Not dancing, not amused.
I'm just going to slap Horatio at this point.
Okay, roll an attack roll. And he's prone, so you have advantage.
So that's a 13.
You missed.
Not hit. Okay.
I stop your hand like.
Guys, what the hell is wrong with you?
Don't hit him.
Don't hit spoons.
It's bad. No.
Well,
Look,
Hit spoons? It's bad! No.
shh. Do you want to see a picture of my mum?
No one wants that. Iggy, you hear the sudden sound of like a snapping nearby, and you whip round and you look deeper into this sort of room, and it's pretty large. It's been excavated. Now that you're inside and your eyes have adjusted to the gloom, you can see it's full of statues. On one side, statues of different entities, you think. And at the far end of this, there looks to be, it sort of slopes down as you go in and then levels out. Classic sort of interior design of excavation. And you see ahead of you a man, dark-skinned, wearing some sort of like a turban Easter type thing, comes down around the neck, who just sort of peers around a kraken, not a kraken, like the door jamb, and looks a little frantic. Would you shut up? Would you? What? Would you please keep them quiet?
I'm trying.
I love you.
Shut the fuck up! Do you have any? Oh no! And then there's like a. Okay. No one make any noise. Now. Okay. Get them out of here.
He's gonna nod and turn around and try push the cart back outside.
Yeah. This guy is going to come forward as well, and you can see now it's quite thin, but the robes seem to hang off him. He looks a bit. No, but what's the word? Bit emaciated, like he's been down here for a while, like he's been wandering the desert for a while. Bit of a wild-eyed expression, but he helps you push the cart out and back into the sunlight and into the shade of a tree nearby where these two carts are, one of them covered and one full of tools. Just okay. I'm guessing those two drank the water, yes?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Why? Have you never heard of the cursed oasis?
Obviously not.
Thirsty.
Yes.
Do you have
Cursed
a
desert, the
turban?
cursed oasis, the cursed temple. None of this ringing a bell. This whole place is cursed. You can't drink the water. You can't eat the fruit.
Do you have a bell?
What was that?
Do you have a bell?
Shh, no bells.
Ah, no bells. Shh.
Bring them over here. And he uncovers the cart that is currently covered. And you can see within a few slabs, a few kind of what look to be artifacts. A couple are made of gold. A couple are like books and sort of these ancient scrolls and tomes and whatnot. You can see one of them, in fact, though, is about a palm, like a hand-sized golden sort of scarab beetle. Complete, its wings extended. Okay, which one do you want to live most? Because if this doesn't succeed, if this succeeds, well, there's only so many targets. It's a magic thing.
Cool. Human
Which one
then
do you
elf.
care about? Human and elf. Okay.
I love your scarab.
I can't tell the difference. Which one's which? I've never.
Points to Virgil. Human, elf. Elf has pointy
Right.
ears.
Right. Well, I'm from everyone has pointy ears. Except me, I have no ears. So,
Right.
That's why you wear the turban.
Virgil,
Sounds
he goes.
awful.
Virgil, he goes towards you and presses this giant scarab into your chest, and then says, "Touch the scarab with your hands. Do you nod if you understand?
Hug the scarab.
Hug the bug."
Hugs it, like just both hands.
Okay.
Can I turn around and hug Virgil with the scab in between us.
Group
can't
hug.
really- It bestows no effects, but Virgil,
Doesn't
roll
matter.
me-
It's there for love.
roll me a charisma save if you don't mind.
Do. Christmas save.
You feel something leave your body,
It's a 15.
and you suddenly come to your senses with Horatio embracing you and you holding onto this golden scarab. Yeah, you
Just like
remember.
push him off.
Yeah,
You're my favourite human.
okay. Now this one.
Mhm.
Hug the bug. Hold it close. Yeah.
Iggy, will you join me?
No.
Iggy. I look genuinely upset. Igsa. Ignatius.
Don't call me
Iggy boy.
Ignatius. I've told you that
Can I
before.
grab his hand and make him pin it against the scarab?
Yeah, just holding the scarab against his chest.
All right.
I'm still the little
charisma
spoon.
save. Roll a charisma save, Horatio. DC's higher this time. Oh, damn it! Oh, I wanted to get her soul ripped out. God damn. Okay. Yeah, the DC was 15 and then 20 for the second one.
Yeah, I assumed your charisma was fairly high.
Damn it.
Virgil,
Do we remember?
I
we
can feel
listen to all
things.
Yes, you remember being asses, jackass with yourself.
Like, eyeball Horatio and
know
be
now-
like, nobody speaks of this.
yeah,
Nobody
you know now
speaks
not
of
to
this.
drink the
This
water.
is going to be great. We're
That's
friends.
a song. That's a song and dance to Horatio. Good thing I didn't have to do this for you as well, because the third time it almost never works. I mean,
Right.
we've lost so many.
Oh,
Lost them.
Oh.
we've lost him! We've lost him!
He was right. The first time it never worked.
I don't know what happened there. I just lost.
We lost you, clearly.
Yeah, we lost you. Third one.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Right. Well, I'm Saeem, and who are you, and why are you here at my dig?
Hello, Saeem. I am, of course, Horatio Blackstar. You're welcome. These are my... Well, this is Iggy, none aligned, and this is my good friend Virgil. For your wink.
We are here
Okay.
because he wanted to find something.
I love old stuff.
Right. Well, all this old stuff is cursed. That's why I'm taking it.
How badly cursed?
Pretty badly cursed. Yeah.
So...
Like this. He holds up the gold scarab. This thing here, it's some sort of artifact that I found embedded in a statue down there of some sort of god. I've never seen the god myself. It's very exciting. It's not one of the 49. It's not one of the Alterran gods. So I genuinely don't know why it's down there, but it's definitely a god, or it could be an ancient ruler or pharaoh or something. But it was embedded in the chest of the statue. And essentially, and the reason why I didn't tell you this before, it can suck your soul out. But you're fine. So yeah.
No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. Hey, I like this guy.
Can I buy it from you? I love it.
Absolutely not. I'm keeping it. I'm damn. No, you can't buy the soul-sucking device that I found embedded in a statue. It's so cursed. I've not even managed to figure out what it has to be something else other than a soul-sucking scarab thing that also cures poison and disease and curses and all the madness and all that sort of thing. It seems that it gives and it takes away, like a lot of this a lot of this oasis, a lot of this desert. It's some pretty gnarly stuff. But this is just one of the things I found. I found a book that can bring people back to life. Can you believe that? Pretty cool, right?
I've seen people do that before.
Well, there's the book that can do it. It's not a person. Books aren't people, except for that book that was a person.
I mean, I have heard about like a sentient cake wandering around the multiverse.
That sounds made up. That sounds made up.
Just letting you know, Ian, TR did play a sentient cake.
He played an actual tiramisu monk.
A sentient tiramisu. There's nothing wrong with this.
No, there's
That
not.
sounds amazing.
It confused the hell out of me.
It took him about halfway through the session to realise.
No, 3/4.
3/4.
We're in the final room. We're in the final room of the game before I realised, oh, tiramisu. It's not just a name. I thought it was just a fun name. I thought he just liked cakes or coffee or cream. Anyway, how well versed are you in history? How well versed are you in gods?
Personally, just basic knowledge.
Basic knowledge. What about the other two of you? How are you?
Okay, in history, religion means nothing. Gods are there
Religion
to be
means-
sat on.
And you there, elf.
No, that one's human. That one's elf.
Human.
Sorry.
Look at the ears. They don't have this
Don't
lovely
know.
crest.
Yeah, don't know the difference, like I said. No elves where I'm from.
No, no history, no religion, none of that stuff for me.
Nice. What about Tomb Raid? I could the last of my diggers, I'm afraid, just how to put this, melted. So I could really use help getting through some of the gnarlier traps. I have a lead on a well, I can't tell you what it's a lead on because you might not help me, but I swear, whatever treasure's down there, I'll split with you. How about that? If you help me get through to analyze it, I will split whatever it is with you.
Deal, but I also want your turban.
You can't just take people's things.
It's part of a deal.
But I
In our
know
lives.
I know
a
we're
hat is
rogues. We have the reputation of stealing stuff. Granted,
I'm
yes.
just rich. This is fine. You just say, I want this, you get this. Do you not know how this works?
Granted, you may be missing some coin, but
If you
I
help
have
me,
more. It's fine.
if you help me, I will give you my turban. Yes.
Ooh. I take the turban off your head,
No.
put it on.
oh,
Turban.
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
couldn't hear you then.
This turban. I said I'd give you my turban.
Yes, that is your turban.
Oh no, I have multiple turbans.
Yes, but I want that one. It looks good.
No, this one's mine. I have a weird shaped head. I can't.
You said
can't
you
take
have
it off.
many turbans. Just take another one.
Yeah, I know, but I can't take this one off.
I'm going to try and. I'm not good at it, but I'm going to try and sleight of hand your turban off your head.
Can
I'm
I
just gonna dodge away.
insight him, like trying to dodge the turban taking off?
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, roll an insight check, and he's gonna try and so roll. This would be an athletics grapple check, TR. I'm afraid.
24 insight.
My athletics is trash.
18
Hot
plus
trash.
22. He rolls. He grabs your wrist, and he seems almost unnaturally strong, and he twists it and pushes you back. And he reaches into the covered cart and chucks you sort of a bundle of rags, which you catch if you wish. But you can see if you catch it or it falls on the ground, it is a turban, which is this one's probably a midnight blue color. His is like a burgundy.
I look down at it. I look back at his. Do I look like I wear blues? I mean, it's a bit on the nose for winter elf.
Pulls out a white one as well.
White
Yes,
for a
you-
winter elf? How racist are you?
I'm guessing you don't want the
Says
brown
you.
one.
What? It's okay if I say it. I'm rich. I get your turban before you get the thing at the end. Agree?
As soon as we find it.
As soon as we find it, I agree with you.
So did my 24 insight pick anything up of him?
Yeah, so seems it's not. So the wording of it, he said he can't take it off,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird. It's not that he won't. He didn't say he won't take it off. He said he can't take it off. That seems a bit weird to you.
Yeah, I'm getting
People
Voldemort
can't. People
vibes off him.
people can take clothing items off. Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he genuinely can't. But you definitely pick up on that. The way he said it was a bit, yeah.
Sus. Okay.
You get the sense he actually wants to take it off, in fact, but he can't.
Okay. If Moneybag says that he's good, that we're going to help you, we're going to help you. I'm assuming, Virgil, you fine with that?
Yep, as long as we get paid, as long as we find treasure. Good by me.
What about the money, Virgil? You're my friend now. I put my arm around you. Let's go. Lead us.
Friends. We're friends as long as you pay.
What other kind of friends are there?
Exactly.
Real friends.
I don't know what you mean. Let's go.
Cool. You continue down into the sort of underground. It's much cooler down here. You leave the baking sand behind and the cursed. Speaking of which, do you empty out your water skins before you go?
Yeah, after seeing that, Niggy will empty out the water skin and ask.
I will not.
Of course not.
And
No.
ask if was his name Slim?
Same.
Same. Ask if Same has any uncursed water barrels anywhere.
Or rum.
Yes, there was some. He would have invited you, I think, to fill up your water at his covered cart. That's what was covered there. All his equipment and supplies and such.
In that case, I throw my water skin away and get a new one. Just fill it with water.
You have another water skin, do you?
Always. I have everything. And then I give Virgil a little miniature of rum. Enjoy.
Perfect. As you head underground, you see this guy takes you on quite a circuitous route, and you're having to avoid. Like he's pointing out that bit of that square there collapses and then reforms. There's some sort of magical trap. If your foot goes through it, sinks up to the knee, and then gets decapitated. It's dismembered. We lost a guy through that. There's a spike trap and a scythe coming up in the next room, and he sort of readies himself to dodge through and sort of dive rolls through as a scythe blade comes swimming past and swinging back. Just do that.
Okay.
I have my detect magic up to see if I can see any stop button.
You reckon if you were to cast Dispel Magic, that would probably pause the scythe blade from swinging. But there doesn't seem to be any sort of magical button you can press to disable the trap, I'm afraid.
Iggy would have pulled out his bag of ball bearings again, and just every now and then, just throwing them around at suspicious-looking stones, trying to
triggering the traps. Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah. Because if they're triggered, and then we won't trigger them.
Yeah, so Saim isn't overjoyed about this, about you triggering the traps. You realize that if you trigger them, the whole place shakes, right? You don't know.
No.
Oh, right. Well, now you do. We don't know how many times we can trigger them before the whole place is swallowed by the sand. And it took so long to uncover this place. If we could not cover it with sand again, that'd be great. Okay.
Fun.
Yeah, I'd rather not be buried alive.
Thank you. Yes, I'd rather not be buried alive either, or buried dead, or any sort of buried.
I mean,
So,
personally, I wouldn't want to be trapped in a trap.
well,
How do we get past
let's
this
move on.
sci-fi one?
Dive through it. Obviously.
Is there a mechanism to the scythe that we can see, or do we just see?
No, it's
just the
magical.
scythe?
It's motion censored, and it resets.
Oh, okay, easy. I'm just gonna. My mage hand is gonna go through, set the trap off, and I just step in after it.
Perfect.
Before it can
That's
reset.
a good way of doing it. That's a good way of doing it. You managed to step through. Yeah, no dex check required, I'll say.
And then I'll keep moving the mage hand back and forward to allow the others to walk through.
Yep, that's a good way of doing it.
I mean, I was just going to say, Iggy probably tried to do the doctor, just walking through perfect timing.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Roll me a dexterity check.
Could I do it as acrobatics?
He's going to get stabbed with a scythe.
No, it's a dexterity check. It's
Just
not acrobatics.
check.
Unless you're acrobatically making your way through.
No, he's
So
just
you're-
essentially just walking through.
Yeah, it's all about timing, timing on getting through rather than leaping through. If you're just stepping up to it and just, yeah, but that is what you needed. As you sort of step up, the blade swings and swings back, and because you're in range of it, like a set of doors opening and closing it, and you just step through. Perfect.
Cool.
You make it through, avoiding getting help for some reason by Horatio, and continue on your way. This is as far as we got to. This right here is where the traps really get challenging. And you glance over and see the not mummified is the wrong word. The
That's correct.
acid melted, half formed corpses of 3 guys that are just sort of laying at the side of the room. One of them, the face is entirely sort of sloughed away. The other one, the hand is fused to the face and seems to be frozen and sort of sat against the wall like that. And on the other side, the guy is just missing the head entirely and the upper body. That's just a headless corpse that's just sort of lying there. Yeah, didn't spot the pressurized salt acid trap. Yeah, on the next doorway. Luckily, that was only a one-use thing. It was really powerful though. So, but this is where we got to. So, if you'd like to lead on, we're getting pretty close. I'm pretty sure we're getting to the heart of the complex.
In that case, after you.
Many times. No. I insist.
No. I insist.
No. I insist.
No. You know more about history. After you, sir.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly take this away from you. The guy who said they would get me to the goal.
So,
Look at the
as
bodies and see where the acids like attack them from. See like if it's come from a direction like above them, below them.
Yeah, so it seems that the guy mentioned that when they sort of pried open the door, the acid sort of fired at them. You could roll me an Arcana check if you'd like.
Where
Mm.
I'm assuming as those
9.
two are arguing, me
Probably
and
some sort
Virgil are
of
doing
glyph
roguey
rune.
things.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
a rogue, you've dealt with
have
glyph
to.
runes before, so you reckon he's describing a glyph rune. Yeah.
Iggy's essentially gotten crouched down and is peering through the darkness to see if he can spot any like tripwires, any obvious traps.
That's a good one. Roll me traps. Perception from the doorway, or are you going into the next room and then scouting out for traps?
At the moment, because he said that this is where they've gotten first.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he would investigate the doorway first as well, see if there's any like hidden things in the door.
All right.
In the actual doorway.
Yep. Roll investigation check for the door.
Investigation.
Would my detect magic still be up?
So I said 22.
You could recast it at this point if you want. Now that you're getting into the pretty nitty gritty.
I
Cool. Can you
will
recast that?
recast it, and I will dump a sorcery point in, so it lasts 20 minutes now.
Ooh, very nice.
Nice.
Perfect. So the 22, you investigate and you do find a spent glyph rune. It looked to be a one-use only card. The door is has been pulled open this way, and the glyph rune has exploded out from behind the door and hit the three guys with acid in like a cone, which you can tell based on the floor and the ceiling are also sort of pockmarked with the same kind of acid. Aside from that, there doesn't seem to be any traps on the doorway, at least.
Yeah.
It's only going to be 10 minutes. I forgot I chose a different meta magic one.
It's okay.
Yeah. You'll turn around and go, yeah, it was a glyph.
Excellent.
And then like just peer around, like just slowly try to push the door open a little bit more.
Oh no, the door swings open towards you.
Right, swings open. Then pull it a little bit more. Then.
No, it's fully open.
Oh, it's fully open. Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
You're just looking ahead into a black, dark room. It seems completely bereft.
Yeah, it do have dark vision, so anything that pick up on that. But yeah, it would just like peer in, like having a look, see if you can see any tripwires or anything like that. Is Virgil proficient in perception?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably help. Like I've got a lantern that I could probably shine into the room to help because I would need that to see as well.
Yeah, that would certainly give advantage. So
Cool.
whichever of you wants can roll perception, either with advantage or both of you roll.
I've got +10 if you've got any higher.
No, but I've got exhaustion, so
fair.
So it's better if I help.
Yeah.
Perfect. So perception with advantage.
So that's a 29.
Very nice indeed. You do in fact see the floor seems a bit uneven in places, and particular tiles perhaps might cause the floor to give way if you were to stand on them. But if you were to shuffle around the edge, you could definitely get around to the next door. So if you imagine it like just a box room, you're entering from the south. As you glance around, there's another door to the west. I realize I'm mirrored. Sorry, you're entering from the south. There's another door to the west, and you'd need to go the long way around the room, around the edge, if you wanted to avoid the center, sort of the weaker points of the floor to get there. But that being said, Horatio, you do notice that in each corner there is what looks to be a dragon head, and these are all giving off evocation magic. And you reckon that if someone were to get within a certain range, you don't know what that range might be, they would possibly expel some sort of magical trapness.
You see up in the corners those dragon heads?
Yeah.
We used to have them like back in the nursery. If you go near them, they set you on fire.
Why would they be in the nursery?
Because I escape.
Fair.
Should have had more.
Yeah, in fact, in this entire room, now that you hold the lantern up and you sort of look all through the doorway, you do see that this room seems dedicated to a couple of fights. The friezes on the wall seem to depict dragons fighting with giants and dragons fighting with other dragons. And then on the wall, as you look through and look back on the wall that you're in, dragons fighting with sleek, multicolored, armored humanoid forms that are fighting with gigantic glaives and longswords made of this crystal, which the more arcanically minded of you would recognize as arcanite.
Can I do an arcana or a history check to see if I recognize any of the dragons?
Ooh, to recognize the dragons. I wouldn't think you'd recognize any of the dragons.
Do any of them look like the Dracolich that we fought?
Do I have a
Difficult to
draconic
say.
lineage, so maybe I would have looked into it.
You wouldn't know them by name. It looks. I'll let you roll history. If you've got a draconic lineage, you can roll with advantage. I'll say. History with advantage. Hey,
20, and it's with double proficiency for draconic things, so that's actually 25.
Perfect. So definitely looks like battles of the Prime Wars. Dracons, dragons, of course, being part of the
I think this is slightly bad.
one of the four factions. So it certainly looks like the Draconic Wars. This tomb could very well have been the resting place of the Dracolich there. But yeah, you do see blue dragons adorning the walls, and these walls are all painted. And as you hold the lamplight up, you do see that they are in fact studded with different coloured gems.
You know, my mum fought in the Prime Wars for a little bit. Then she moved on. She got bored of them. Just giving you backstory.
Embarrassed. Also, I'm sure it's not the child of my Black Star, because it's Elder.
I mean, it could be one of the Black Stars.
There's only one.
Yeah, but there's different versions of her.
No, there's only one.
Yeah.
Because she came from a different world.
Yeah, but it could also be in Black Star's future.
Ooh. No.
Ooh, no.
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 Although, maybe, but no. But yeah, but no, maybe. Yeah, so that's what you see in this room. There's friezes of dragons fighting the Prime Wars, dragon heads at the corner of each room. Central bit of the floor is looks weak. You might be able to skitter around it, or fly, or something.
If I remember from the nursery, the closer you go, the more you get hurt. That's why you need to hire people to break them off, and then you can just walk out.
I don't think we'd be able to break them.
Haven't tried.
Can you make I know some magical people can make like a floating sort of disc thing. Can you do that?
No. What my magic is I pay people to carry me.
While you're deciding how to get through the room, I'm going to nip to the bathroom very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I cast money.
Yeah, I cast dollar bill.
Yeah. Right. So if there's this corridor with essentially
Like a floor that's fucked
Yeah.
and 4 dragons.
in the corners, we're gonna have to cross over at some point to avoid them.
my initial vote is we just throw Simi there first.
Semi.
Throw him in. Turban guy.
Karim.
I thought it was an S. Simi.
Is it Karim? Salim? Karim?
Saeem.
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
It was an Eam name. So, as we're looking around, is there any like wait for him to bring his headphones. As
That would help.
we look around, is there any like planks of wood lying around or?
Yeah, plenty of planks of wood.
Mhm.
They did bring the workers did have shovels there with them, and pickaxes and whatnot.
Yeah. Essentially, what I want to do is lay bits of wood along the floor, each end on sturdy bits, and try to position them so that we can dodge around the dragon heads.
All right.
Even if
Yeah,
if it crosses over like the weak bits of the floor, if both ends are on sturdy bits,
Yep.
It should be
there
fine.
there are strong. There must be pillars underneath supporting the main weight of the floor. Just the bits in between those pillars are a bit weak. So this is a skill check. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in order to get through this room without triggering the dragon heads, I would say if you were to follow this plan using the wood and the tools, there would be an intelligence check, probably a survival check, or some sort of other skill used to determine the location of where the planks are going to go. Actually moving the planks into place, so probably either a strength check or a dexterity check to actually maneuver them into place, and or something similar, and then maybe a survival check or a dex check to navigate them properly to be the first through. So, who would like to do what?
I think we're all naff on survival checks.
Yeah.
How big is the room, and is the door open on the other side?
It's 40 feet on a side, so 40, 40, 40, 40. And the door isn't on the other side, it's off to the...
So it's like an L-shaped room.
The northwest. No, it's a square room.
A square room.
It's just, you're summoned south, there's a door over here. And they're both, this one's closed.
You're just going to teleport over there, aren't you?
We're going to, but if it's 40 foot, I'll be 10 foot short.
That's why it's 40 feet, not 30 feet.
Yeah. We'll just make the rolls. So what?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, as long as I'm not the one rolling survival, because it's the one I don't really have, and I'm going to be at a disadvantage anyway because of exhaustion. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we rolling, James?
Someone needs to decide what part of the floor is weak. So something intelligence based or wisdom based on where to put the planks. Someone needs to maneuver the planks into place, and then someone actually needs to hold their balance and create the
I mean,
to test it out.
Easiest way to see which parts are strong and which ones are weak are to purposely make it collapse.
That's absolutely the way as well. Does anyone have Thunderwave?
But as Saeem said, it can cause vibrations and potentially bury us.
Does it look like the way the floors are weak corresponds to, like, it's going to lead you into the dragon's breath? Like, does it look like it's actually angled that way? Is it forcing you to take a path that you probably don't want to take?
No, it looks like the floor is more just has over time has just sort of crumbled away. Anyone investigating the walls or moving around the walls would probably trigger the dragon heads.
So are the floors? Do they look like they're sagging slightly where they're not being supported?
Yeah, they're it's more of a natural thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the trap.
No.
The floor isn't the trap.
Everything's a trap.
Mm.
I mean, the floor
floor's a
itself,
mimic.
yeah, possibly. Um, I mean, the floor itself might not be a trap; it just might be the trigger, and the trap is actually underneath it, being like spike pit or something.
Could just be a spike pit.
Yeah.
Do you like a good spike pit?
If you want to go first, Iggy, like I've got a bit of rope I can tie up just in case.
Or you could just leap from
I mean,
what looks to be the strong, because you, with your perception investigate with 29 perception check, you know which bits are weak and which bits are strong. You could just leap. You just acrobatically leap.
What I want to actually no, if Iggy makes it across and ties off the rope, you two would be able to shimmy along it.
I have a second idea.
I'll do you.
I might be able. Okay, hear me out. If I use this spell, so I'm wasting the second level spell. Can I ice the floor so it becomes stronger? We can just get across 30 foot of it.
I'll allow it. You're using resources.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of, instead of putting planks and for 30 foot in a cone, that bit of floor should be secure.
Right.
Yeah.
For at least a minute, so.
Secure but icy.
Secure,
Yeah,
but
you know, suck it up.
Slide.
I'll get Dex saves to not fall prone.
Cool. Yeah.
And possibly by the force of you hitting the ice, cracking it.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on that one.
Then
Perfect.
I cast Binding Ice.
Perfect. You begin shimmying along. I'll take Dex saves, and you'll be 30-foot cone. Yeah, so by the time you get to the edge, you'll all be within 10 foot of the door. So Dex saves from everyone, moving along the ice.
19.
That's fine.
Oh,
18 is fine. 17
I'm going
is
to be
fine.
using
7.
my inspiration.
Okay. 22. Yes. Perfect. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You slip in you slip on one section, and then you realize that Mum wouldn't be happy if you failed a Dex save, and you slip and do a full backflip and style it out and jazz hands and slide forwards.
It's the new boots. They have no grip.
It's the new boots. They have no grip. And all three of you are within 10 feet of the doorway now.
I'm gonna.
You can leap.
No, I'm gonna grab one end of the rope. Manifest a psychic blade.
Oh.
And throw it through, expending one of my die. Needs to be a minimum of 1 on the D10. So I'm not going to bother rolling it because it's just 10 foot. Unless you want me to roll it.
Nah, it's fine.
Cool. So, yep, and then I'll teleport and somehow...
you can follow the blade.
Yeah.
Because it's a psychic blade, I'll say it can go right through the wall. If you want to end up on the other side of the door.
No, I want to... Well, yeah. If you're going to allow that, then...
I'll allow it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a psychic blade. Of course it can pass through a wall.
Yeah, if you're happy for that, then yeah, I can do that.
I like it.
Once I'm on the other side, I'm going to see if there's like a safe way to open the door.
Yeah, as you sort of rematerialize by your dagger, 2 sconces either side of you light up, and then all the way up this long tunnel. And you can see at the far end it opens out into a much larger room that goes downstairs, and the flames seem to extend into there. From this side of the door, there is just a handle, like a handle you can turn and push open the door easily enough.
Yeah. So, well, I would check to see if there's any like traps or anything first.
Roll trap check.
Trap check. 25.
On this door, there is a trap. There is a very, very thin-looking, like as soon as you were to open the door itself would open with no problem. As soon as you step through it, there's this very thin tripwire that looks to be made of crystal itself. That as soon as you hit it, would trigger something. You don't know what. You can't see it. It must be in the wall somewhere. Actually, with the investigation, you do notice tiny little holes all along the walls past the torches there.
Right. Can I see if there's a way to? Yeah, I was going to say, is there a way to see if I can try to disarm it?
The mechanism for it looked to be within the walls, is the thing.
Within the wall.
People could probably step over it.
Part of me is tempted to just break it and trigger it. Because if I know it's there and I'm not just going to walk through into it, should be fine. If it's just like a darts or arrows or something like that going across,
should be fine, right?
But if it's a gas, that's another thing.
You trip it in the room we're in, just goes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, knowing that's there, I'm gonna slowly unlock the door, push it open.
You do so. The other three of your party members, Saim, Horatio, and Virgil, all see you pushing open this door.
So I'm gonna toss over the rope that I took with me, and say, "Careful! There's a tripwire here. That's gonna set off a trap. I don't know what the trap is. Just be careful as you come through the doorway." And I'm gonna essentially hold the rope. So
you can tie it to a wall sconce as well.
Yeah,
they look pretty solid.
Tie it to a sconce. I'm assuming they can tie it to something from their end.
They're in the middle of the floor. It's covered in ice.
Fair. And then just use that to essentially pull themselves over.
It's nothing to tie their end to, but they can essentially use it bundle it up
pull.
And assist and jump. And
assisted jump. Yeah.
I will allow an acrobatics or athletics check from everyone involved.
Remind me, how does jumping actually work in D&D? Is it just your strength score? You can jump that many feet?
So with a 10-foot run up, it's that many feet horizontal.
From a standing, it's halfway, or
from a standing, it's roughly half.
I thought from the standing, it's just the modifier. Oh no, that's upway.
Yeah, because I'm thinking 0 foot.
It's a minimum of 1 foot.
I mean,
I was 18 at disadvantage.
18?
Athletics.
Yep.
I mean,
you managed to clear the tripwire and toss the rope back to Horatio.
Unless Horatio is just going to misty step through.
If he does, I'll get to Saim.
Yep. Saim leaps across as well with a roll. Roll 20. Come on. That's a 10.
I was going to say I've got 2 6s. I mean, come on, Horatio. It's effort. You don't exert yourself.
That is true. Yeah, I will misty step. I will use my 1 a day misty step because it is effort.
Yeah,
and it's what the character would do. No. I don't jump.
Perfect. You all arrive in this corridor, having not triggered the trap. And as you continue down the corridor, the lights, the torches continue to flicker on. And as you head forward, you find yourself in the midst of a massive cavernous room at the top of a set of stairs, and the torches continue to flicker on around the room, and then one of them sort of gives way, and then the light seems to spill down onto a pool of oil that then begins to spread up these sort of channels and light this room in just such a way, and you can see laid out before you a magnificent treasure room. Just piles of gold as far as you can see. Your detect magic is pinging up magical sort of trinkets hidden amongst the gold. Those torches are definitely magical, and the tripwire is definitely magical. But at the center of it all, you can make out this solid gold sarcophagus on a raised sort of dais. So down your set of stairs would be 40 feet down along, and it's the size of probably a church, a large church in a cathedral main room. For those of you who've been to like the Vatican, it's that sort of look to it. It's massive. It's filled with treasure.
I'm just imagining the scene in The Mummy when they light up the cabin room.
It's what it's inspired by.
Oh, it's so cute. It's like my piggy bank when I was younger. Oh, memories. Oh, I'm going to turn around. Turban, you're here.
Oh, no. This isn't what I wanted. I don't want the treasure. I want the room beyond this one.
Oh, what's in that room?
More than you could ever imagine.
I can imagine a lot. What's in that room?
Follow me and find out. And he heads down the stairs, moves past all the treasure, sort of brushes a hand against it lazily, almost lovingly. Like grabs a gold coin, feels it in his hands, flicks it back into a pile.
That.
Yeah, sure.
When we got the description of him, were we told what his race was?
He looked human to you, but he had slightly pointed ears.
I thought you said he had no ears.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, he has no ears.
Well, that's bullshit.
Seems to like the gold. Yeah, he was very emaciated and had no ears.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly bulging eyes. And he sort of doesn't skip. He heads merrily down through the treasure room, up the other side, past the sarcophagus, looks down at it. Are you following close behind him, or are you just let him go on his merry way?
Iggy's gonna let him get a few steps back away and be like, "Yeah, this guy knows something about this place." Definitely.
Yeah.
He looks to be as he sort of looks down at the sarcophagus. His hand moves along its lid, and he looks to be reading it. And he chuckles, and he sort of pats it and moves off past.
I would say keep your hands on your weapons. Keep your magic ready, just in case.
And you can see there's another set as you get to the top of the dais and you look down at the sarcophagus. Horatio, there's that weird mix of... It's almost like you're hearing the words that were spoken last night in your head as you look down at these words. This sort of mixture of primordial and celestial and draconic and giant and undercommon and weirdly elvish as you look down at it. Just in this
I have most of those languages.
Ooh, then...
I have celestial, draconic, elvish, abyssal, draconic,
well?
common. Yeah.
Okay. Then you miss out a word here or there, but you get the gist. That this is a tomb for an ancient pharaoh, or to be more exact, it's meant to be a tomb for what you make out a word, and what is that word? Ka? But that's impossible. That's a soul. That's soul energy. there can't just be tombs for a soul. There has to be a tomb for a body as well, surely. But as far as you can tell, there would be no body in that sarcophagus. It would just be some kind of. It looks like this area is just for a soul. And the name, would you make it a name? Yeah, I'll say you get a name. The name is here. Where is it? Ankhepot. 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 Ankhepot? Yeah. Ankhepot. That's it. Yeah, perfect. Here lies the Ka of Ankhepot. May he be cursed for all time. Okay.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to cast a spell on our poor turban-wearing friend.
Oh no! All right, what do you cast?
The same one as before, Binding Ice.
Okay.
6th level.
6th level. What do I
Yep.
need to roll? Con save?
A nice, yeah, con save.
Con save. It's a 13. Doesn't make it.
So it's 42 cold damage.
42 cold damage. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. He's going to use a legendary action to succeed on that.
Legendary resistance.
Legendary resistance, rather. So he takes half, I believe.
Yep.
30, 40, 42, it's 20.
21 cold.
Okay, and he turns to you and says, "You dare? How? I'm furious with rage. Why would you do that, my friend? Stab me in the back with ice."
I always have a inkling about dragon stuff, and you were giving me some real I'm a bad guy vibes.
Well, I guess the jig is up. I don't need you anymore anyway.
Wait,
And he...
before we start,
What?
can I still have your turban?
I lied.
It's not a turban?
He does that sort of heroic / villain thing where he pulls off all his robes and the turban. They all go flying at the same time, and you can see this withered, almost mummified body sort of thing, and it sort of peels off this face makeup as well, and you can see what is quite clearly a mummified form of a person, with the necklace of the giant scarab thing around his neck, which he puts a hand to and says, "Arise, arise, Yatuhai."
As he pulled off the cloak and turban, that just made me think of Piccolo.
As he says this sort of chant, and Ben, you recognize the chant that he chants. It's the one you heard last night. The lid of the sarcophagus falls to the ground beside him, and you can see this sort of swirling soul within it is now freed, and it flies directly at him and directly at the amulet and into the amulet. The great Pharaoh Ankhepot will be glad to see his car again. I will be greatly rewarded. But you, on the other hand, will not live to see such misery, such wonders of Harakia. Farewell, my friends. And he takes off down the stone steps on the other side of the sarcophagus and towards what looks to be just a gateway that leads to another room.
Mm-hmm.
He heads off in that direction. As within the sarcophagus, a hand reaches out and over the edge. And
as soon as he started running, I would have,
We're rolling initiative.
yeah, as soon as he started running, I would have thrown Psychic Blade towards him.
Yeah. Let's roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. He rolls a 3, and he rolls a 10. Oh, nice. He rolled a 24.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, so it's the party, and then the mummies. The party and the mummies. So Iggy first.
Mummy party.
Iggy.
Ah.
He is there. Octopod. Iggy, then Virgil. Then Horatio. Then the mummies on a. Oh no, then it's the Lord on a 10. Then the mummies a 3, and Saim rolls a 10 as well. Oh, but he has, yeah, he's a +5, so 15. So he. Oh, can you roll me a d6, please? Blackstar. Or although you've got a +4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes just before you, I'm afraid. I just called you Blackstar, didn't I? Damn it.
Because I'm your
Iggy.
son.
No, you're not. I've had it being. I've already been the DM and had the big bad be someone's dad player. Iggy, you're up first as you walk as
Cool.
Saim takes off down the steps
Yep.
and this mummy lord hand comes out of the sarcophagus, and all around from these 3 jars that are sort of placed in front, you see they all shatter apart, and you watch as this rapidly mutating, almost soul begins to sort of come up, and it's almost like the ghost of a mummy is beginning to form into a fully corporeal form in front of you. What do you wish to do? But
So-
Saim is making a break for the next doorway.
Yeah, so as I said, manifest a Psychic Blade and throw it towards him.
Okay.
So that, to see how much distance I would get on that. So 70 foot, I would be able to teleport up to him.
Yeah.
I essentially want to get in front of him to
Okay.
block his path.
You can if you wanna. Yeah, of course you can.
Yep. So that's my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So bonus action, get in front of him. Move up to him. And actually, no, I'm not going to move up to him. But if he is within 15 foot of me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need to get him to do a dex save.
Okay. Dex save. Practical effect. Fails.
And I'm casting Burning Hands at him.
Ooh. Yeah, he's gonna succeed on that then. If
Cool.
it's fire, he senses, so he'll take the 11. It's in there. Okay. Oh, that's the dex save, so he actually takes no damage because he has evasion.
Ah.
And he succeeded. So he's doing that. He turns towards you. Bonus action?
Has he got like a +10 or something to his dex save then?
No, he legendary,
legendary
resistance.
Right.
Yeah, again.
Okay, that's fine.
He
Still
wants to
burning
get
through
away.
that.
I mean, there's 2 of them gone already. You don't know how many he has.
That's fine.
I hope more than 2.
Yeah. At least you're burning through them.
He's not a full guy. That's your action. your turn,
So
Ruben?
yeah, that's gonna be my turn. I want to position myself so I'm blocking him from getting to the door.
Fair dues. So you're between him and are you standing in the doorway or are you standing 5 feet out from it? Like, can he squeeze past you?
I'll be.
Or would he have to push past you?
He would have to push past me to get through.
That's fair. Cool.
Ice hockey keeper just.
Yeah, that's your turn. Virgil, it's your turn.
Cool. How close am I to the soul thing in the sarcophagus, roughly?
So there, you could be about 5 feet from it. You'd be right up as he skipped past it.
Cool. Well, I'm going to pull out Flame Tongue Rapier. Bonus action, Spark Out a Light.
Oh, attacking the Mummy Lord. Okay.
Yeah. And then against the Mummy Lord, I'm going to cast Booming Blade.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So let's see if I hit. So I need to hit for anything to go through first. Oh, that's so close.
It does the fire damage as well.
So it's 27 hits, so that hits, yeah.
Oh yeah. He's not wearing any armor.
Just double checking. Yeah. So it's going to be.
And it's prone. You have advantage. It's still lying down in the sarcophagus at this point.
You might be able to get the crit.
Yeah,
might be able to get the crit.
Go for it. Yeah.
Nah.
Cool. So just to keep myself right, it's going to be 1d8 plus 4 piercing damage, 2d6 fire damage.
So if
2d8.
If you click your Flame Tongue Rapier, it should do all the damage for you. So in the chat where it's got like the.
Oh yeah, it has Booming Blade on, doesn't it?
You just click on Flame Tongue Rapier there. It should
do all the damage bar the Booming Blade.
So
you've got your booming. Oh, it does the Booming Blade on it as well. Fair enough.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sneak attack. And you have advantage, so you do get sneak attack. So 50. That's 56 total damage, right?
Yeah, and if he moves more than 5 feet, he'll take thunder damage.
Well, he's a swashbuckler, so he would had a sneak attack on it anyway.
Yeah.
All right. What's the
Some of them 5 feet.
What's the two Booming Blade damages? Because one of them is 2d8 and one of them is 3d8.
Okay, so the 2d8 is additional because it's a level 11. So at level 11, you do 2d8 additional thunder damage on the attack to hit, and then if he moves, he takes the 3d8.
Okay, so he hasn't taken that 12.
12 yet.
No, so that'd be 44.
So minus 12 plus an R7, so minus 5, 51 points of damage because it took double 5. 51 points.
Yeah.
Puts him there. Okay.
And I'm gonna step back 10 feet as well because he can't reaction hit me.
He can't react and hit you.
Nope, because swashbuckler feet.
Fancy footwork.
Yep.
So just run in both, and then I'm stepping back.
Well, that's fine. He's going to use his reaction to force you to make a dex save, and he's going to upcast it, I think. So a 5th level. What do you call it? Fire.
Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke. That's what it's called. So a dex save, please. I realize you're a rogue, but still. Ooh.
19.
Gonna succeed. That's annoying. You're over level 7 rogue, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got evasion, so dex save I take nothing.
Okay. Oh damn it! It's a 5th level gone. However, at the end of your turn, though, he's going to use another legendary turn, another legendary action rather, and yeah, I think. How far away did you move from?
Like 10, 15 feet.
10, 15 feet. Okay.
Like enough so that he would have to move to me.
Is it 10 feet or is it 15 feet?
Go with 10 feet.
Go with 10 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to use 2 legendaries to target Virgil and Horatio, and I need you both to make Constitution saving throws, please. as he utters a blasphemous word. Glasgow.
17's not bad.
17 succeeds, 15 is going to fail. You are stunned until the end of the Mummy Lord's next turn. So having just dealt this massive hit, you just stunned by this word, Glasgow. This blasphemous word, Glasgow. It's his legendary. It's been Virgil. It's Saim's turn now. Saim, whose stat block is over here. Yes, he's those stats. Okay, he is gonna rush forward, and let me see. You will not beat me. I have all the soul power. And he is going to, he's going to use his first attack to try and grapple you. So I'm going to need a grapple check from you, please. Athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Advantage has a +4. Roll the dice. Roll that dice. 1 and a fucking 2. My God. Second attack. Same again. That's a 12 this time. Okay. He's just having tried to move past you. He's just gonna shoot you at this point. Oh, just fucking move! And he shoots you in the gut. I'm gonna say he's gonna. Let me see. Yeah, sharpshooter. I think. There we go.
Within 5 foot, he'd have disadvantage.
Yeah, sharpshooter.
Yeah, sharpshooter is still disadvantage. You're thinking gunner.
Oh. No, is that not crossbow expert?
Oh, what is he using? Is he using crossbow?
He has a crossbow.
Yeah, then yeah, it'd be crossbow expert he would need.
Damn, he can't afford to. Oh shit! No chrome crashes. Of course it does. Then he'll just stab you.
Okay.
Rather than crossbow you. 13 plus 6 is 19. It's gonna hit, right?
That's gonna hit.
So it's 1d6 piercing. So.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna use my reaction to uncanny dodge it.
That's okay. So you get 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing.
You get. We'll half it all. 9 points of piercing.
Down to 4.
And 4d6 sneak attack. So 9 plus 16 is 25, half to 12. And I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
12. Con save. 4.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do it, I'm afraid. Not 20 die 6. What the fuck? 7 die 6. 7 die 6. There we go. 26 points of poison damage.
Ow.
Move aside. I won't ask again. That's his turn. At the end of Saim's turn, let me see. Yeah, can't. Although, yeah, you know what? You're within 5 feet of the TR, aren't you? Within 5 feet of the sarcophagus, because you were stood there for the.
No, I've got 30-foot cone to get to. Well, actually, more than that. How far is that? The binding ice 30-foot cone. So
he would have been
that close.
No, he would have been within 30 foot
you
of
could-
the before he moved. Yeah.
That's fine. Then nothing from the Holy Lord. It's Oh, that's why have I written Horatian? Horatio. It's Horatio's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to take a second. I'm going to twin a spell, and I'm going to shoot one at the Mummy Lord, one at our boy Saim.
Yeah.
So
the Mummy
Saim.
Lord. Yep. The Mummy Lord one would be at disadvantage because he's still prone.
Okay, that's fine.
It's a ranged attack.
Okay, so this would be cold for Saim first.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my phone that just fell over. 24 to hit.
24 hits him. Of course it does.
So that's 29 cold damage.
Ooh.
And for the Mummy Lord, whoops, that one's disadvantage. No, that one's disadvantage. That one's disadvantage. And this will be fire damage for the Mummy Lord. 16.
16. That doesn't quite do it, I'm afraid. He's got an AC of slightly higher than that. Just he recoils from it, but just ducks behind, and it shatters against the lid of the sarcophagus. That's very disappointing.
That is very disappointing. But never mind. That's still a decent amount.
Reaches though. Speaking of the Lord, it's the Mummy Lord's turn. My.
Oh, and I'm going to teleport a good distance away from both of them. Within 30 foot.
Yeah, you can get to the base of the steps on the back end of the sort of small pyramidic structure, if you wish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Closer
so
to Saim rather than the Mummy
closer
Lord.
to Saim. Yeah, Saim has his back to you and is trying to just shoulder barge through Iggy. Gets his legendaries back at least. See within 60 feet. Let me see. It has all these spells. So, yeah, the Mummy Lord is going to get up out of its sarcophagus and turn back towards the two folks. And yeah, he's going to begin walking down the steps, but as he goes, he just begins to rotate his hand in midair and casts an insect plague on the top of the sort of sarcophagus area where Virgil is standing stunned.
Take 3D
Spell.
thunder as well from the booming blade if he's wandering away.
Yep.
I'm going to counterspell that.
Takes the 12 damage.
Look, James.
There you go.
Oh,
Counterspelled at 3rd level.
You'll need to roll for it then.
That is okay. I will just roll a d20 because I don't usually play counterspells.
That's okay.
Yeah, well, that's not going to work.
Few people
is it?
do. No, unfortunately not.
It's worth a try.
You just reach up and say, "No, Mummy says no insect plagues," and then it just looks down at you and you. Oh, okay then.
Sorry, Virgil, my bad.
With an insect plague, when it appears, each creature in it must make a con save. So a con save, please, from Virgil.
Oh. By 2. From a nat 20.
Nice. So probably not going to get another shot. So would he upcast it to 6th level or save that for? No, he'd use it. He'd use the 5th level. So it would be 4d10. 4d10 piercing damage on Virgil. 18 points of piercing damage on Virgil.
Yep. Dodge that.
Yeah. You can't uncanny dodge because you can't take actions or reactions.
Yeah, can't move, speak. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
18
That goes against it have advantage. And as it goes, it sort of gestures back at the mummies and says, which, you know what? I'm going to say, Horatio, you sort of understand this to mean destroy him. And you watch as the mummies that were forming, the sort of ghost mummies that were forming from the canopic jars at the top of the pyramid, nod and begin moving towards the stunned Virgil. That's the Mummy Lord's turn. It is the mummies now, and all three of them are gonna go at you.
Isn't it
So
now? Virgil is no longer stunned.
yes, Virgil's no longer stunned now. Yeah, because that was the end of the Lord's turn. But the mummies are all going to target you with their dreadful glare, Virgil. So I need 3 wisdom saves, please.
Cool. 18 on the first one.
18 succeeds. You only need to fail one of them, though.
18 on the second one.
Oh my god, come on now. Come on. Need a 6 or lower.
16.
Oh, no.
Well done, that man.
He succeeded on all of them. My goodness me. You're immune to the dreadful glare of all mummies, but not mummy lords, for the next 24 hours. Way to go.
Awesome.
And now they're going to run up and just punch you with their fists. They're rotting fists. So 3 attack rolls. I'm just going to roll all 3. They don't have advantage. 3d20. So 4 and 18 and 5. So they've only got +5 to hits. So only one of those is going to hit.
18 hits.
Yeah, 2 dice.
I'll uncanny dodge that one though.
You can indeed. So it's 7, 10 bludgeoning and 8 necrotic. So 18 halved to 9. And I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's only an 8 that time.
That ain't gonna do it. You're cursed. It had to happen eventually.
Yeah.
That is the mummy's turns, and you're now surrounded by 3 of them that are just pummeling into you. Back up to Iggy. Hold on. Yes. No, the Mummy Lord is going to use its channel negative energy. So everyone cannot regain hit points until the end of the Mummy Lord's next turn. That's its legendary action. It just sort of does that Imhotep thing where it draws a piece of you from each of you, and you watch as it gets slightly more buffed. For flavor, no other effect. But none of you can regain hit points until the end of its next turn. And it's Iggy.
Cool. So bonus action. So bonus action. He's going to put his hand up against his palm like this, and as he pulls his hand away, a blade of fire comes out of his hand.
Nice.
Yep. So he's casting Flame Blade.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
And is going to attack Sane.
Yeah, go for it.
15 is going to miss.
15. Ooh. 15 is his AC.
If it's his AC, that should hit.
It meets it. Yeah, it meets it. Yeah.
So he would take
shield.
10 fire damage.
10 fire damage. Yeah. Okay. Someone's screaming next door. I hope that's okay. So he's going to take 10 fire.
Couldn't hear him.
Yeah, looks to take more than you were expecting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my action. Bonus action. Just see if there's anything else I can do. Don't believe so. Nope, they're screaming next to me now. Is there a football game or anything on tonight?
Rangers are playing
That's
in the
probably why.
Champions League, I want to say, or Europa League or something. So it could be that.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a delay zone. They must be watching it on like Sky or something on my end. But yeah,
Anyway, that is Iggy's turn. Virgil, you're surrounded by insect plague and 3 mummies. You having fun? Welcome to Alterra.
Woo!
yeah, it's
well-
tough. Tough gun.
Well, I'd rather that than going easy on me. Right. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
What I'm going to do then,
Lord.
I'm going to target one of the mummies that's there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hit him with a booming blade.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool.
So I don't have any option to like rule things out on this. It just rules everything for it.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Oh.
Now, unless you
Oh, wait,
maneuver around and take 2 opportunity attacks, you to get within 5 feet of just one of them for your sneak attack because you're a swashbuckler. Because you're surrounded, it sort of cancels your sneak attack.
Nah.
But you can take 2 opportunities if you want.
Nah, I wouldn't bother with the sneak attack damage. I'd just go for one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Without the sneak attack damage.
So I mean,
bonus
26
action.
on that anyway.
Okay.
Bonus action disengage from the lot of them.
27.
Oh wait, that's just a 10 to hit though. James does actually.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, 10 won't hit.
No.
No.
10 does hit because these are just mummies.
Oh, sweet.
And they've got a negative to dex.
Can you disengage first and then hit, so you can move around to get your sneak attack?
Yeah, you can bonus action disengage.
And then move around, stabby, and then still leg it away.
We'll say you
can
do that.
I would have thought disengaging would just leave all fine. But yeah, if you're okay with that, then yeah, I would bonus action disengage first, run around, do the attack to get the bonus action, and then continue fucking off.
Perfect. I believe insect plague, 20-foot radius, lightly obscured, difficult terrain. So it would have cast it right in the center. So you need 40 foot of speed to get to the edge. So unless you, and because you're disengaging, you would still be within the insect plague when you end your turn. Is that right?
Yeah, it's either that or take 2 attacks that might.
Yeah, I mean, you do take one of them out. You pretty much. How do you want to describe? Because the extra booming energy wouldn't kick in until the start of its next turn. But you watch as its form begins to wobble, and you know as soon as it moves, it's going to die, basically, because 64 damages. Yeah.
Yeah, just like Fist of the North Star, sort of. You're not dead yet, but you're going to die in a second.
Yeah, you watch as it wobbles in place, and it doesn't seem to understand as you run away, ending your turn in the insect plague, and you're going to take another 4 die 10 as you end your turn there. 23 points of piercing. But it's a con save to take half.
Save. Not 20.
Not 20, so you take half. You take 11 points of piercing. And that's your turn. It's Saeem's turn. He's slightly aflame, but not having a good time of it. He glances past you through the portal. You can't stop me.
I can definitely try.
I think he's just gonna stab you, and then step over your body. Because that's because you're clearly stronger than Dexy, more than he's strong. So he's just gonna attack you twice. 2 attacks. First one misses. Second one also misses. Okay. That's fine. He messes with both of his sets.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally fine. That's Saeem's turn. It's Horatio's turn.
I'm going to do the same again. 2 chromatic orbs, 1 fire towards the mummy, 1 cold towards poor Saim. So Saim first. Oh, 15.
15 does. It's his AC.
For 34 cold damage.
34, he's going to uncanny dodge it. 17.
And the next one is for our boy Mummy.
He's looking weak.
Ah, for God's sake, 11.
Yeah, that doesn't quite do it for the mummy, I'm afraid.
No,
any
can't
bonus
hit this
actions?
mummy for
'Cause,
shit.
I mean, he's rapidly approaching you. He's walked 20 foot down the stairs from behind us, just walking slowly, just sort of shuffling, dragging his feet. He's now 10 feet away from you. You can back away further. You can get closer to Saeed if you want.
I'm teleporting away further.
Yeah, you can get closer to Saeem and Iggy if you wish, or top a treasure pile.
Still outside of Saeem's reach, but
yeah,
if there's space behind you, just trying to angle myself properly.
Yeah, you're 10 foot from Saeed now, and Saeem now, and you're 30 across and 10 up, 40 from the mummy.
Out of all my big spells.
Yeah. That's Horatio. It is the Mummy Lord's turn now. He's using negative energy. Sorry, his turn. So, Insect Plague's still happening. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to cast that. I think I need to look up and see what harm does. Harm. ID. I think it's a Constitution save. Yeah, so I'm going to do a Constitution save from Horatio, please.
Oh.
Unless you're countering it.
No, that's a 13, but let me see, I do have something. Where are you?
What are you
I'm going to
doing,
use my last. I'm going to use my last sorcery point to re-roll that.
Alright, go for it.
Because that is not. 13 is not good.
No, it's not ideal, is it?
Oh, fuck me, Ragged.
Alright, so you're going to take all of this.
Yep, this is what you deserve.
Yeah, you watch as the Mummy's Lord's jaw unhinges and seems to absorb your very essence, and you're taking 46 points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
And your hit point maximum is reduced by that.
Ah, good. Good.
How healthy are you looking there, bud?
I've got 33 hit points.
Oh, 33, that's loads. Yeah. That's the Mummy Lord's turn. And it's now the mummies. One of them disintegrates completely. The other two would have to dash to get to you. Huh. Yeah, the other two have to use their action to dash after you, Virgil. Annoyingly. So, that is their turn. We're back up to... Actually, the Lord would have moved 20 feet. So he's now 20 feet from you. So... Yeah, at the end of the regular mummy's turns, he's going to use his channel negative energy again. So all of you cannot regain hit points until the end of his next turn. Perfect. It's back up to Iggy, and Virgil's. You can hear him coming through the insect plague.
Mm-hmm.
Saeem's looking rough. The Mummy Lord's looking rough. Horatio's looking rough.
Still immaculate.
Still looking immaculate, but still looking rough.
Yeah. So, going to, as an object interaction, draw my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be my offhand because I have dual wielder.
Ah, very fun.
So as my action, I'm going to attack with Flame Blade
On sign.
on Zaim.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a crit.
Oh, God.
So that is
No,
25
that's not
damage.
great. 25 damage. Yep,
If it
doubled.
Doubled to 50. How's he looking?
Mm-hmm. Okay. He's not
Bad.
looking healthy at all.
Not looking
He's
good.
not looking good
Cool.
at all.
Nice. And
He's
then
screaming. Well, I'll say that you cut off one of his arms.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Hang on. Why is this not? I'm sure it's a dual wield. Why is it not giving me my plus? I thought if I'm dual wielding, it give me the modifier on it. But I'm not. Fair enough. So bonus action attack with my rapier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank God.
I'm going to.
Oh no, you're inspiration.
Yeah.
He's looking so bad. He's single digits, you guys. One attack will
So
do it.
I'm going to spend one of my psionic die
Mm-hmm.
and
To increase the roll,
to increase the roll.
but you rolled a nat 1, so it'll automatically miss.
Oh wait, yes, I will just use my destiny then.
All right.
And
You know what you need.
yeah, it's not gonna hit.
Not gonna hit, but you can use your.
Now you can use your
thing.
psychic
Now you can
die.
use it.
But now I
it's
can
not
use
a nat
it.
1.
Yeah.
You need a 4 or higher. You know what you need.
Where's my thingy's gone?
3. And he makes it through with this card.
But I wouldn't get my sneak wouldn't go on it though because no one else is within 5 foot of me. And I've got advantage on it.
No.
Where is it?
But he looks really raw. You adding to it?
Hang on, I'm just looking for it. There it is, homing strikes. So adding a 9 to make it dirty 20.
Aha, for a dirty 20.
Yep.
Describe how this luckiest of all strikes, 5 points of damage with his 2 health left. After cutting off one of his arms, you watch as he tears the Ka necklace off with his one good hand, and he makes ready to chuck it through the portal.
So
What do you do?
as that happens, as I slice up with the flame blade, he will then shove the rapier through his wrist, pinning him.
So is it non-lethal?
No, it's going to be lethal.
Okay. Yeah. You twist, and the hand comes off, still holding the pendant with the Pharaoh Ankhotepot's Ka in it. And he screams as you just sort of pull the rapier out and the flame sword in such a way that it just twists, and he just falls to bits. The last of his wrappings sparking and catching flame on the ground, and he's gone.
Cool. Then I am going to use my movement to run past Horatio towards Virgil and the mummies.
Perfect. There's a mummy lord 20 feet from Horatio, and Virgil is at the top of the pyramid.
Oh, in that case, I'll go for the mummy lord then.
Yeah, you can get into melee with him if you want.
I won't get into.
He's 30 feet from you. You can run up to him easily enough.
Yeah,
He looks to be concentrating on a spell.
I'll get out to him then.
Okay.
I really wish I did stay with my choice of taking Mage Slayer now.
Yeah, as you run in, it's going to use its final legendary action to punch you with its fist, and yeah,
And I'm
Legendary mummy punch.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
legendary mummy punch. 25.
And uncanny dodge.
3d6 plus 4 bludgeoning, so 15 bludgeoning, and 15 bludgeoning and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 15 bludgeoning and 20 necrotic at 35, so 7 bludgeoning and 10 necrotic. And a constitution saving throw, please.
So how much damage was that altogether?
7 bludgeoning
Mm-hmm.
and 10 necrotic. 17 total.
17. No, that's 27.
And a con save. As we move on to Virgil's turn.
No.
Oh dear. Not only do you lose that 10 points of necrotic damage off your max hit points, you're also... Hold on. No, that's Dreadful Glare. Never mind. You're lucky. You only fail the curse. You're only cursed. Which is not the worst thing that can happen to you. While that's happening, Virgil, you are right on the edge of this insect plague.
Yep.
Mummies surround you again.
Are they within striking distance if I try to run?
They are, yeah. You would have to disengage or take 2 opportunity attacks.
Yeah, I'll disengage from those 2.
Cool.
Too many effects to want anything, and I'm not looking great.
Yeah,
so
you disengage, step out of the insect plague, and immediately down the steps, so about 30 foot down the steps, there is a mummy lord in melee range with one of your party members.
Oh, can I get down to smack him in the back?
You can leap, and I tell you what, if you roll high enough on a dexterity check, or athletics, flat dexterity or athletics, I will give the fall damage instead of to you to him.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that then. Let's go athletics.
Perfect. Cool. Athletics check. Okay, DC. I was about to say DC 17. So yeah, I'll roll 3d6.
Oh, and yeah, I'm coming down with the booming blade.
11 points, but she does take half of it because
See if it hits.
it's non-magical.
See if it hits first.
Mm-hmm.
23 hit.
23 hits.
Whoosh. So that's...
Oh, the booming blade. And it's a
Blood's so much
flame-tongue
fun.
rapier. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Minus the 16, so 9, it's 18, minus 16. So, as you leap, sword drawn, and stab into his back, and sort of feet land on his back as you push him to the ground and twist your sword, describe how this leaping, frenzied swashbuckler destroys this mummy lord.
Yeah, just jumping down, sword through the back, roughly where the heart would be, pinned to the ground, and then just pulling up and kind of just bisecting him from kind of chest up.
Yeah, the insect plague immediately drops. The mummies that were summoned immediately screech and just turn into just bandages, wrappings on the ground again. And yeah, that's your turn.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Hi, Iggy.
High five.
Yeah, you high five. It's Saeed's turn now.
Is Saeed dead?
That happens. Horatio, it's your turn now.
So there's no more mummies. There's no more
mummies.
insects.
Mummy Lord's gone. Insects are gone.
So I'm just gonna shoot a first level chromatic orb into Saim on the floor, Because he didn't give me his turban straight away when I asked politely.
Yeah, of course. You can shoot the body. Yeah, of course.
Yep. 22 fire. So 22 to hit, 14 fire.
Technically, it would be at disadvantage because he's prone, but you know what? He's dead, so you have advantage, and you're within 5 feet anyway. So you just burn the corpse. And as you're standing over it, right beside where he fell should be the hand, but there's just a trail of bandages now. And as you look towards the portal, you see the hand just steadily crawling forward on like 2 fingers. The necklace, the string of the necklace, still clasped in the back 2 fingers, and it is about 6 inches from the doorway.
Get it! Hands moving! Get it!
You can run over and grab it if you want.
Exert yourself.
At least grab the amulet rather than the hand.
What do you want to do? This is why it's your decision. It is exertion. The greatest fight of all is in the mind. What do you want to do? Do you want to exert yourself and possibly stop a world-ending threat, or nah?
How far away is it from me?
Effort.
It dashed, so it's 10 feet away.
Okay, so I don't have to run. I can just walk over and stamp on it then.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
A gentle stroll.
Can I get an initiative check to see if you can beat the hand into the doorway? The hand makes it through, but you do manage to step on the necklace, so it's locked now. The 2 of you are fighting it out. You're fighting this hand. You're basically Governor Squan from Pirates. That's your turn. The mummy's gone. Lord's gone. Mummy Lord's gone. Mummies are gone. It's Iggy's turn, and Iggy, you glance back at Horatio and you see this farce happening. Him trying desperately to step on a hand but missing.
Gonna run over. I'm assuming with it because I only move 30 foot. I can easily get back.
Yeah, you get back.
I'm gonna grab the. I'm assuming you're standing on the actual amulet rather than the strap necklace of it, or whatever it is.
On the amulet.
On the amulet, yeah. I'm going to grab the chain or whatever, the strap, and just lift it.
Yep, you do so. And as you lift it about your head, you look into it, you hear that chant again.
Yeah, your chant is silent.
I mean, it works out like super creepy.
Yeah, that worked.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Etc.
Then I'm gonna bonus action dash up to towards the sarcophagus.
As you hold it in your hand, the chant makes sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
And roughly translated, it says, "Bring me my car, and you will be rewarded eternally." Those exact words. Rewarded for all eternity.
Cool.
Beyond your wildest dreams.
Bonus action dash up to the sarcophagus. So I would have 50 foot movement left.
Yeah.
And
you get up the stairs.
And throw it into the sarcophagus.
Okay. I'll be honest, I thought you were going to go through the portal.
I was tempted.
Ooh, I should have tempted you more. Yeah, you chuck it into the sarcophagus. The lid is still off.
Mm-hmm.
But over the next couple minutes, unless anyone wants to take it, sell it off, that is a soul-sucking bit of bling that seems to contain the soul of some pharaoh, some god, this Ankhtipot person. Does anyone not want to seal up this thing?
Horatio has got a lovely new turban.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You said that like yeah, detect magic was going off little trinkets and things.
Yeah.
Oh, on this thing, your detect magic is showing possibly the strongest thing you've ever seen, I would say.
Yeah, but Mama didn't raise no fool.
Mm. But didn't
So-
raise no fool.
If yeah, detect magic runs out, I'll ask you to ritually cast it again, then essentially ransack this
Yep.
room.
Can I
Wherever's
ask-
come with mummies.
Can I ask to do
Yep.
something? I know
Yeah.
it's probably not how it works, but after we close the casket,
Mm-hmm.
can I regain a sorcery point to twin a spell?
Sure.
I'm going to twin the dancing, so everybody starts dancing.
Hey, nice. So as the party members seal off the sarcophagus of now containing the soul of Agtipot of Harakir, may he be damned for all eternity, and possibly setting up guards of this cursed place, hopefully hoping that the sand will reclaim it and bury it once more. And as they dance off, having looted the place, two of their
We'll
party
do the
having been
Macarena.
cursed, party having been cursed with mummy rot, and gradually getting worse as time goes by. Perhaps you'll make it back to civilization in time, but for now, at least the threat seems to be done, and this cursed place will eventually be covered by the sands once more, and you've perhaps saved the world, perhaps doomed it. As we cut to another place entirely, another world full of sand, as we see sitting on a golden throne, bedecked in black onyx and shining with gold and plating and festooned with very intricately decorated and very, very well-to-do bandages. This mummified king, this lord of this land, looking down from his golden palace, looking down on this land of sand and dark mist, as he growls, sensing his ka, but beyond his reach once more. That is where we're going to end this one shot, the Just Deserts. Thank you to my players. The three of you, made it really fun. It was really awesome.
No,
I did enjoy that.
Nice.
Love a rip-roaring adventure through a desert. Who doesn't? Anyone who says that they don't love The Mummy from 1999 is a damn liar, because it's one of the best movies of all time. I will hear nothing bad against Brendan Fraser.
It holds up. It honestly holds
Still
up as a
holds up,
film.
doesn't it? It's non-offensive as well, and the memes, love it. And Imhotep, oh man. Anyway, that is our story for tonight. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back on Friday with another episode of the Shattered Altsphere, and we will, in fact, see. Well, I imagine we'll be back with the Shattered Altsphere. If we are, we'll be seeing if we can kill the Oni King and possibly free the younger sister of Akima and Uzami. I forget that's probably their names, or some combination of those. I've been your Games Master. These guys have been awesome. Good night. Thank you for watching. See you again. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.